I know I had to find hoes mad at me, but you can't turn a bitch up without baby. Now I got them.
Come on, baby, rock with me. You fucking with the real MC. I'ma show you how to move like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you do a body rolling, drop to your knees. I just wanna rock with you. Show you all the things we can do. I'ma take you to the spot, show you off to the groove. Because girl, the way you do it, I can do it like you. Yeah, okay, you got it, yeah, baby. I think you got it. The way that you move your body is hotter than in the topic. So stop it, pop it, and lock it, then launch it up like a rocket. Drop it down like a meteor, shattering the surroundings. Yeah, apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. I love the way you do it right there. I know they talk about the bees and the birds. Well, I'ma take it home and make that kitty purr. Yeah, that's for later, but for now, just ride the beat and let it bounce. And every time they play MC, it's guaranteed I put it down. You catch a stroke from all the seat, you best believe it from the south. I rep the streets of Broward County, JPG, I hold it down. Just vibe with me, drop down low and do a slide, shimmy, kick, pop, roll, and turn around. Quickly strike up poses, it's still pretty. Come on, baby, rock with me. You fucking with the real MC. I'ma show you how to move like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you do a body rolling, drop to your knees. I just wanna rock with you. Show you all the things we can do. I'ma take you to the spot, show you off to the crew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am here. It's your boy DJ Newkirk, man. We're live right now. Strongarm Radio behind Backstage. We have the one and only the beautiful got the audacity to the building. Audacity, how you feeling?
Yo, I'm feeling great today.
Guess what? I got your mic up. I ain't cut you off this time. You happy?
I guess so. I guess that's my gift. I guess.
Yo, and then we have Dream Driven in this building right now. When I talk about Dream Driven, these people are making people dreams truly come true. And if you ain't seen it, they're putting it live. I mean, they're putting it into videos for you, the people, to actually see it and live with it and be able to watch it over and over again. So right now, I want to make sure I introduce the one and only the Bri Hanson in the building. I gotta get a Bri Hanson in the building. Give her a beautiful. And then my brother is it Sean?
Ray Brown,
man. I ain't gonna forget that now. I hope not. Listen, we're live right now, so sometimes things could be a little tricky. But so how did you guys first before I even get into everything, man? You guys have done a lot of work together, created a lot of great music videos. From the Rick Ross to Ken Jones, it's other music video, a lot of other music videos. I got to go ahead and go down the line, and I will get there, but we ain't there right now. But I want to get into how did you guys meet each other first before we get into the meat of it and what you really got the opportunity to do.
You want me to say?
Sure.
Okay, well, basically it's not. We actually met on a movie that we were on set of called Kozo, which is set to be released next year, 23. He was the assistant director, and I was a unit production manager. And obviously, just flow of working, he told me about Dream Driven and what he had going on, and I kind of was looking for a home to grow in the production space. And so, like minds came together, and Dream Driven
Made it happen. So, were you surprised how talented Bri was when you met her?
Surprised?
Yeah.
I don't know if surprise would be the word, but more or less, definitely, I think just working on set, her energy and just her way of thinking contributed to what we were doing, and past that, I just saw opportunity for more things.
That's what's up. So I got the opportunity to see the both of you work on the Rick Ross and Ken Jones.
He was creeping on us, Ray.
Yo,
you were
brother
there?
Ray, yeah.
Oh,
so Ray
man.
was there.
Ray was like, dude, man, you were in there like moving hard, bro. He had so much equipment, man. I was like, man, he make my equipment in here look like crap. You know what I'm saying? Then they had the little drone flying upside down.
We did
and
have
everything.
the crazy drone that day. Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you guys put this together, were you doing the scouting for that video?
We actually were both producers on that.
Okay.
And so we scouted the location. He actually came across the location and pitched
you
it. So
found
he
that
found that
location.
location for
That was
sure.
that's
Ray.
in the cut. That's in the
Yeah,
cut. Yo.
yeah, man. I just happened to be up the street from that, and it was something that I was like, man, this would be a nice place to do a video, and it wasn't my decision. Ultimately, we give the directors options.
Shout out
And
AJ, the visionary.
AJ, the visionary, he decided to run with that one, and that was that.
So again, you guys were moving like that was a big shoot. Big shoot. So you guys had different scenes, man. We had Kent Jones with a humongous piano right there on the water. You know what I'm saying? I got the picture. I got to pull up later.
Sexy Red.
Yeah, Sexy Red piano.
Grand piano
man.
on the water.
Yeah. So like, who came up with the ideas and how to go ahead and put that together? Like who? I mean, I've heard the song. I was playing the song before I even knew that the video shoot was happening. So I was like, when is it going to happen? And it happened.
Right.
I was like, okay. I was like, I don't want to miss this one. And my man, shout out to Big Bang, called me, hit me up.
Big Bang, my
Shout out,
bro.
shout out.
Yo, Big Bang hit me, was like, yo, you want to come to the joint? I was like, yeah, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? I pulled it up. I was there before everybody. I was like, damn, is there am I at the right place? I'm looking around. I'm like, am I at the right place? Cause and then it's like the tour bus driver. He pulled up later. He's like, are we parked? I was like, well, I'm just following you. We'll figure it out after that.
Before us.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
So, creating videos, like taking somebody's music, their art, and putting it into a video. How hard is that? How hard is it to take somebody's, love, their words, and turn it into a video?
Hard. I don't see it necessarily being hard. Obviously, it starts with ideas, and if we're able to budget those concepts, that's when the real work kind of starts to happen, and more of the arranging and producing the projects are more of the complicated parts. But creating them, I don't think is so much the hard parts, and it's usually the directors that of the videos who will kind of have a concept or have a treatment. Okay. And it'll be our jobs to kind of like help provide that and make that come to life.
Can you run down like what do you do like when you're on a video set? What would you go ahead? How would you run it? Like if it's your video, like what would your job be? I have a couple jobs on set, so it depends on what I'm doing that day, I guess. As a producer, it'll be our job to deal with the arranging of locations, hiring of crew, renting of gear, whatever those things may be, arranging those things, putting them together. Those all be contracted work that we'll have as well. And we'll set a shoot date. Everybody shows up to play. They know what they're doing. And we execute. Then we go on post-production and get the editing and get the video out to the client as fast as we can.
Is there any time that you guys ever had to turn down a client? Like it was just something that maybe you weren't feeling the song. I've heard other video, producers, they'll say, well, they weren't feeling, their heart wasn't in it because they weren't feeling the actual song. So they just decided, okay, they weren't going to do the video. Is there any time that you had that problem?
Well, for me, absolutely. Personally, not necessarily with us because we try to make it work.
Right.
I don't think it's necessarily just the not liking the record that would stop us, because at the end of the day, I've heard, coming from the music space, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know that you can have a mediocre record, but then the video could be crazy, and that adds value to the record.
Right.
So just having that kind of, understanding, I wouldn't necessarily turn it down. Now, what will get us is when somebody comes in and they have $1 million idea and they want to spend $1,500 on that $1 million idea, and then it's like, maybe you need some more time to get your bag up a little bit. We're not rejecting you, but we want to make sure that we do this properly. So figure it out. So it's never a turn down. It's more of a delay not denied.
Yeah, because
Right.
I would like you to definitely explain to, even our viewers, there's people that are out here that think that music videos cost $100, $250, and they cost a lot more than that. And people are
And
not.
they want to edit it.
Yes.
Okay.
Editing takes time. So I would like you guys to please elaborate on that.
Ray?
It's funny. We talk about this all the time, and I always say that there's a difference between a videographer and a production company, and you got to know what you want before you come talk to us, and just that alone sets the tone as far as budgets, because yeah, sure, if it's one individual with a camera, he runs around, shoots, cool. He does it for $250. Shout out to Big Dog for $250.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you have the
So he's
situation.
kind of shortcutting the people that really do it for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, what I find that happens actually, he shorts himself too, because he's doing so much stuff that he's not able to truly capitalize on what he's shooting. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the one shooting, because he's the one lighting, because he's the one doing all of this stuff. Yeah, it looks cool, but it doesn't look great. So I feel like it's a win-lose situation. It's kind of based off like how you want to do it. Not saying that the videographer won't do a great job, but it's a limited situation as opposed to the production company where you have your director, you have your guys that's operating camera and departments that are dealing with these things efficiently and professionally. It's a difference.
And end of the day, time is money. So
Exactly.
again, like you hit on, you can have your freelance videographer, which, if you're doing a little visual, you want to stand outside like we just did and do your little lyrics and get some movement. That's cool. But now when you have an artist that comes and says, hey man, I want to do something and can I curse on you?
yeah, you can.
And we want the bitches and the cars and then the videographer is like, yeah, okay, no problem. And he may bump up that $250 to $1,000 and he's just so excited about that $1,000, but come shoot day, there's really no pre-production that's been in place because it's just him.
Right.
The artist might get the location or whatever, and when he there, like Ray touched on, he's got to do the lighting. He's got to make sure nobody drops down from dehydration and give them water. He's got to make sure that cops, if the
And
cops
it
pull up,
happens. Like,
the
it
cops
happens.
pull up because
Right.
And
there are no
Florida.
permits.
Florida is hot.
Yeah.
Miami is hot. And then again, the cops pull up all the time.
Exactly.
Like, I remember,
So now you got to stop production to go deal with that because there's no producer on set that can allow you to, you could steal a few shots while somebody's negotiating with the cops,
Right,
etc.
right.
And I think there's a big disconnect with a lot of, especially emerging talent and even up and coming companies with the need for a production company or production team because that collaborate effort really does save you time and money, ultimately. Now, I want to say money because
It
it's
saves
going
you
to cost
time.
you. It saves you time for sure. And it definitely allows people to focus on what it is they need to do. So now
But
the videographer
again,
can...
if you get the right budget or you give someone a budget rather
Yeah.
than you said, hey, how much would it be to shoot a music video? Like how much, what are you looking to spend? Some people don't understand, like, okay, but what they want is a music video shot for $500.
Right.
I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're going to go ahead and you know what you want, put the budget up, put the money, like you said, put the money up. You know what I'm saying? And then we can go ahead, we can discuss, we can
But most
create
people,
the treatment.
most people
We can
don't.
do
When
all
you
that.
say your budget, most people don't know what their budget is. They don't know how to explain what their budget is.
True.
And that is one, just in
If
our
all you
gotta
can
teach
afford
them.
is $5,
Absolutely.
then you're gonna
Education.
have to come back. But you don't know. They're not gonna know because
It's like
they
they're
don't
waiting
understand.
on us to tell them only for them to be like, oh, no. And you know what I mean? And what I like to tell people, because, a lot of people, you can't blame people for just not knowing, right? But what I'll tell people, what we like to say is, and which every producer or any production company should be saying, what is your budget? If they don't understand what that is, okay, what's the top? What's the most you could spend or you're
Right.
trying to spend? Because a person know what they got now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And somebody may say, they may come with their ideas, their treatment or whatever, and say, all right, I can't spend more than $4,500. Okay. Depending on the record, depending on who it is, depending on the opportunities, we may say, all right, we're not going to turn this down. And typically, this really should cost 15, 20, 30,000.
Right.
But we see, your
Potential
in the artist, the potential in the journey, and for us to grow with that artist, and we'll strip away maybe some of the necessary, all the little intricate elements and just make it work. But that's very rare. So please do not come to us with $4,500. Thank you.
So like right there, so again, some people want, again, a $500 job, a $250 job. And how do you like kind of turn away because they get mad at you when you say, you want to charge them, say it's $1,500 to $2,000 for something. They may get mad. Or is it that you got to find the right clientele? You have to move away from that clientele and find a better clientele?
Well, I'll definitely say, that would just bring it back to business terms, and at that point, that's not your target. That's not your target audience. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Unfortunately, and again, I think that some cases are unique too, though.
And sometimes some people are hurting too.
Some people are hurting too. Like situations are different. You know what I'm saying? Like you may see somebody that's really, really, really fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna not try to do something to help them out?
If it's the next Kanye, Jay-Z,
if you
like
know
that,
it, if you can see it, would you not do it?
Of course.
The reason I'm asking that is because the biggest directors that I know, they took that chance on those artists. You know what I'm saying? They blew those artists with those first videos that they shot for nothing. So I'm not going to cancel out $500 or $250. Sometimes, it depends on what's going on. Like maybe that's the next star and you see it. If you the person
and that's what
creating,
they can afford.
Right, that's what they can afford. As the creator, maybe you say, it's not about the money. It's about creating this product and putting it out and seeing what it do, because maybe that's worth it. But on a business aspect, if we had to break it down for business, no, those people wouldn't be our target audience, and it'd be a waste of conversation because they wouldn't be able to afford where we want to kind of like start at.
I feel you. So what we gonna do, man? I'm gonna play a song real quick. We gonna come right back, man. I want to go ahead, talk to the people, let the people know really like what you have done. Like you guys have went ahead and made an indentation in this industry, especially here in Miami, when it comes down to artists and helping these artists go ahead and grow and become who they are these days. And sometimes people forget about the video producers and the producers behind these artists. Like you look what happened with Kanye and the dude that did his documentary.
Yeah.
Kanye was like, he got 30-something million for it. I ain't getting nothing. It's like, but dude put all his time and years.
He invested his
life.
Yeah.
That like his life was set on Kanye making it, and then Kanye kind of just cut him off, and it's just like, how do I end a documentary when the brother just cut me off? You know what I mean? So I mean it's crazy how it can go ahead. It can be out here, how it can change. But yeah, man, I want us to go ahead and get back to that in a few seconds.
You got it.
But we're going to definitely listen to this Brown Baby by the one and only, man, Cool Peoples, man. Shout out to Cool Peoples.
That is crazy. I used to manage him.
A word?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Shout
Shout out to Cool Peoples.
Dang.
To stand up tall and proud. I want you to speak up clear and loud. Brown baby.
No. Listen, man. No, I'm tell them how it is. Man, you can't. They gotta have this coronavirus shit is real.
Nah, it ain't real.
Man, you know them 5G.
Man, I don't believe none of that shit.
You think I'm lying to you right now?
Nah, you ain't lying, but
girls on this song? No. Yo, Corona, here, check me out, listen, man. I move forward, ain't no time to reflect. You gotta pay to talk to me, it's like I'm calling collect. I'm from the ghetto where you really gotta ride for a check. Cause likely by the age of 9, you be already in debt. But listen, I was really in the field with the forest green. You house niggas in the crib like it's quarantine. Feel the pain when you look in my eyes. Instead of trying to free my mind, I'm trying to free all the guys. Can't respect the record labels, they be signing gimmicks. I'm right there, but they don't see me like the line of scrimmage. I used to hustle on the corner with no time to listen. Cause auntie had a bad bladder with no pot to pissin'. I got your lady on my ship smoking with the pirates. She say my weed make her cough like the coronavirus. I got her thinking what's a player to do. Fuck the ops, but the police out here killing us too. Gotta watch what we be eating, that be killing us too. Gotta watch what we be drinking, that be killing us too. Shit, self-employed, ain't no way that you can fire us. I think they trying to kill us with the 5G wireless. Purified, it's that new world water. Fuck the mark of the beast and that new world order. Ain't no TV, little homie had to channel the force. I made it through all of the pain, no survival's remorse.
Okay. I see what you doing. I see what you talking about.
I'm sure I can't talk about no brown baby.
Man, you know I got the brown baby.
Okay, you talking out your ass, no, you talking that shit. If I see the shot open, I'ma shoot it, don't miss. Don't make me come put out your fire, nigga, thinking you lit. I hit you with a leg drop. Remember 99 Blitz? I'm the same young nigga that's from back in the day. At a young age, I wasn't with the minimum wage. With no coach on the field, I had to run a few plays. So you know I had that money coming multiple ways. No, they throwing the shade, cause like the sun I shine. You see the blue and white, they hate the black and brown. If I step in the paint, you ain't bagging me down. I got a stick, I let it swing, cause I'm black and I'm proud. I ain't surfing the crowd, but know I'm catching a wave. And I'm packing for the trip, ready to catch me a case. When life gave me lemons, I ain't make lemonade. I got a packet with them lemons, put it in the Kool-Aid. Now I'm busting through the walls like the Kool-Aid man. I'm in the mirror telling Buddy love, yes I can. Bubble gum on my thoughts, I'ma stick to the plan. My mama don't got a brother, I don't know Uncle Sam. I'm either giving a damn or not giving a fuck. You wanna take my life, I'm not giving it up. I done earned my stripes, I done been through enough. You gotta do more than ride if you get on this bus. Sorry girl, I'm not a criminal, so you can't cuff. You other niggas might be snapping, yeah, but you ain't us. You walk around with a gun and now you think you tough. You ain't a ghost, don't you ever think you can't be tough. These niggas doing too much, that's why I keep my fire. See, I can shoot in the air and put a hole in the sky. You see, I came from the future, but I went back in the time. So when you say my name, make sure you say the McFly.
I'm just thumbing through them hundreds though. Bitch, I keep a couple commas on. Look like money when I hop out. That's the sound of the chopper. Ayy, bitch, I'm feeling like money. I'm just thumbing through them hundreds. Bitch, I'm feeling like money. Bitch, I'm feeling like money. Bitch, I'm feeling like money. And I'm looking like money. I got them pussy niggas looking funny. Cause I'm domino all through them hundreds though. I'm a ninja man, but they call me Poppy. All this dread got me tripping like a Saki. Shawty wanna rob me like a Kawasaki. I don't want that thigh, I just want the sloppy. Real bride ninja being getting money tied. If you ain't talking money, bitch, I got a slide. Pop a tags, now don't worry about the cost. Swap it down, bitch, I'm dripping in the sauce. I'm just thumbing through them hundreds though. Bitch, I keep a couple commas on. Look like money when I hop out. That's the sound of the chopper. Ayy, bitch, I'm feeling like money. I'm just thumbing through them hundreds. Bitch, I'm feeling like money. Yeah, number blueberries on me. Yeah, I'm talking blue face hundreds. I've been at you getting money. Getting a lot of dough from the field of popping dough. Chopping up the money's like it's Benny Hanson. Rolling up beside it, smoking on the lightest. I'm dripping on the Mediterranean, all the designer with the sauce. If these ain't no sketches, he be Balenciagas. I'm just thumbing through them hundreds though. Bitch, I keep a couple commas on. Look like money when I hop out. That's the sound of the chopper. Ayy, bitch, I'm feeling like money. I'm just thumbing through them hundreds. Bitch, I'm feeling like money.
Everything getting bust down. Everything getting bust down. Let's go. Everything getting bust A whole lot of blocks in this bitch, everything getting bust down. Hoes on my dick, a whole little click, every little bitty bitch getting bust down. I'm loaded on my neck, I'm loaded on my wrist, big Cuban like ice, stop bust down. Anybody got a problem in this bitch, got the choppers on deck, pussy nigga get bust down. Work coming in, a whole lot of blocks in this bitch, everything getting bust down. Hoes on my dick, a whole little click, every little bitty bitch getting bust down. I'm loaded on my neck, I'm loaded on my wrist, big Cuban link, ice, stop bust down. Anybody got a problem in this bitch, got the choppers on deck, pussy nigga get bust down. Still a man, I'm a city, 1,000 grams in the kitchen, then I whip it, then I pitch a nigga touchdown. I ain't sparing no niggas, I ain't scared of no killers, I ain't dying by myself, nigga, fuck round. And get sprayed if you want to. Keep saying what I won't do. I ain't no racist, but I hate niggas, man, and KKKs will hunt you. Tired of telling niggas about these hoes. Tired of telling bitches I don't want them. Tired of telling niggas they ain't loyal, but I ain't never tired of getting money. My cleats lace tight, the streets ain't right, but I'm still thugging in the field. Every day a homicide, where I'm from shit real. Money over bitches, we gon' bust down, me and we ain't cupping no hoes. Everything bust down, BB's rockin' on gold. Money over bitches, we gon' bust down, me and we ain't cupping no hoes. Everything bust down, BB's rockin' on gold. Work coming in, a whole lot of blocks in this bitch, everything getting bust down. Hoes on my dick, a whole little click, every little bitty bitch getting bust down. I'm loaded on my neck, I'm loaded on my wrist, big Cuban like ice, stop bust down. Anybody got a problem in this bitch, got the choppers on deck, pussy nigga get bust down.
Always on me, I keep them at all times. Fuck nigga tries, you thinking it's all rhyme. Got it out the mud, my nigga is all grinding. I'm calling out the cap, you niggas is all lying. Got the 9 on my waist, but the stick ain't fall. If the bag get loaded, I'ma get that jaw. If the streets ain't talking, then the shit ain't gas. And if the pipes ain't yelling, then it might be trash. I'm the Sutamar King, black dicky fit sticking. Dade County nigga on the worldwide mission. Make $250,000 fucking up my mama kitchen, trying to cop a E-class, had to stop and finger licking. I'm a different type of nigga when that bust down on me. Fuck nigga free and don't fuck round, homie. I was in the mask way before the pandemic, spinning niggas block with that 4 pound on me. I'ma get it how I live, nigga, all top. Big bag, but I'm still on the same block. G shit still.
Yeah, we're back, man. This is Behind Backstage. We're back. Now, while we were gone for a few seconds, man, I learned some things, man. Bree, you are very knowledgeable, a lot of different things, a lot of people. You touch hands with a lot of different people. We just play Cool Peoples, for example. And you're like, hey, I know that guy. How did you know Cool Peoples? What's going on?
So, the beginning of my journey in the industry period was actually with Cool People. Long story short, I was at a time in my life where I had to kind of diversify, figure it out. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do artist development and manage. And it was during Art Basel. I went to this place called Kava House and I heard this incredible record and I had to know who did it. So I found the artist and, we chopped it up. It was Wavy. Everybody know Wavy. That's a hit. 2022, 2023, 2026, it will still be a hit. Cool People, get that video. Anyway, and, we chopped it up and we kind of just came into business. And from there we were working. And it was actually on one of his music videos that I kind of, obviously organized. I hired a freelance videographer called Shaq. Shout out King Pride Productions. And, we had a good friendship or whatever. And he said to me, hey, you put all this together? I'm like, yeah, who else gonna do it? Like, you manage it, like, you gotta do everything, right? And he was like, yo, you should be a producer. And I promise you, I had no idea what that really meant. But I know how it felt when he said it. And that's how I got into production. It was that day. So shout out Cool People, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have met Shaq. And if it wasn't for Shaq, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, that's like one of the questions that we ask, how somebody, how did you get from that point to, that point? So that's really cool.
Yeah, it was like my soul lit on fire and I didn't know why. And I just researched. And, I had a couple people in my life that, Kevin Spence, notably, we were in business on the music side, just on some other stuff, and he was going back into production as a producer. And so I kind of bugged him for like a whole year, I had my kids, I was trying to figure out my life, I need a career, I need to make money, all that type of stuff, right? And I bugged him for about a year, and he's like, I got you, and it was like, all right. And then one day at random, he called me, and it was for me to come in and do a gig. And it was for Cuzzo, the movie. So, I really haven't been in production that long. it's just, I've been able to really capitalize, and I'm good at what I do.
Who's one of the best mentors that you had thus far?
Kevin Spence,
Kevin.
for sure. Antoine Smith, because really and truly, both of them work hand in hand on a lot of things, and it was on their sets that I was able to learn and grow. And Ray Brown. Because that's where I've seen the most growth is kind of under. Shut up, he's stupid. No, he's stupid. No, but for real though. Ray, like a lot of he ain't gonna toot his own horn, so I'm gonna toot it for him. He does a lot of things. Like he does. No, but for real though, he'll talk about his journey, just like production, but he does audio. Records, sound engineering in the studio, like on the music side. Shoot, assistant directing, now producing, running a company. Like he does a lot of things, and he's always willing to sit with my a million annoying questions and patiently answer them, and really give me an opportunity to really test out all of the things and areas that I'm interested in, so that we can navigate where I'm gonna end up, So shout out to those three.
Man, shout out to all three of them. Since we right there, man, can we just begin where, bitch, I got my pots. Now, I
might need a drink. Hold up.
I gotta be real. Hold on. I'm gonna turn my camera back this way because the other one's acting up. Anyway, so while I'm watching, bitch, I got my pots. I'm learning, like, on some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Trick Daddy. Shout out to Trick, man.
Shout out to Trick.
Yes.
Shout out Trick.
Shout out to CEO. Shout out to Radio Rush. Shout out to all of them, man. Like, Trick showed me how to make the stuff.
The stuffed chicken for
stuffed chicken with the spinach and the mushrooms, man. The joints was good though.
I was like, you.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm about to do something.
I came home. I was like, you in the kitchen?
Okay.
I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, because I wasn't
Kids
cooking.
like, what's going on? Daddy, you okay?
Was it good?
It was hell yeah.
All right,
I
that's all
killed
that
it.
matters
And
right
yo,
there.
the crazy thing is, I went to Walmart and I couldn't find any chicken breast, so I had to use tenderloins, like the chicken tenderloins.
Yeah.
So I stuffed the drinks with the tenderloins. And
Okay.
it was fire.
All right.
And then we did it together.
Hey, that's
with the
custom.
breast. You know
That's
what I'm
custom
saying?
right
Like,
there.
tell 'em, son.
That's like behind backstage. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, man. So you guys have been creating a lot of different videos, and now into movies. Like, how do you just like make that move into movies, or were you already just introduced into movies first, and then you made the way to music videos?
Nah, I think my first real like stab at anything, like, my journey is weird because, usually in the process of this, obviously either you go to school for it and you kind of start as a PA, or you out the gate started out as a PA. PA is a production assistant. And I didn't really go that route. So Shaq, as I mentioned before, right, he kind of...
You keep saying Shaq, everybody gonna think you talking about Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, no. Kim Pride Production. No, you funny. No, but my dog, he had an opportunity. Like, he seen how I was moving. You know what I'm saying? He kind of put that bug in my ear, and I saw it for myself. So when he saw that I was trying to kind of do it, a big dancehall artist came to him and gave him an opportunity to do a video for him, Alkaline, right? Like, one of the biggest. And he was like, yo, Bri, like, I'm shooting, I'm directing, like, I need the same thing that we touched on. He needed support. He needed a team. And he said, Bri, I'm going to trust you. Like, can you produce this for me? And I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I know I'm resourceful, and I know I'm smart, and I know I'm good with people, and I'm creative. So I said yes, because my dad always told me, if you have almost all of the elements, don't say no because you missing one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A smart person gonna say yes and figure that piece out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out, Dad. And
shout out, Pop.
Nah, so I said yes, and literally, like, that video, when it shut down the whole Caribbean, like the whole dance hall, like we had the Tiger in the band. It was crazy. So I did that, and then obviously I was able to approach my mentor and say, hey, I did this now. Like, trust me. Like, give me an opportunity.
Right. Give me
and
another chance.
right. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm serious. I'm not just talking to talk. And that's when he gave me the opportunity to work on Cuzzo.
That's dope.
I worked with Ray. So thank God for that. Multiple things. It was great to be in the movie scene. I'm going to say this. Movies and music videos, like, obviously production is production.
Right.
The process is different. They're two different things. And a lot of people don't get that.
Right.
And for any aspiring, creative that's a freelance guy, just hitting off the one little visuals, it's not the same. Not saying that you can't do it, but just know it's not the same and approach it in that way and know it's its own special thing,
Right.
But I'm going to let Ray talk.
Ray like, yeah, okay. And I begin.
I just feel like
As far as the process going into films, you were saying, right?
Yeah, like I said, did you start off with films and then go into music videos?
No, not at all. Not at all. So for me, I did a solid at least maybe 7-8 years music videos, strong music videos, Miami, the big videos in Miami. And then like I would do commercials and reality shows, right? Even now I still work on some reality shows. But
can't mention those shows.
Love and Hip Hop.
Man.
You may have heard of the Cartel Crew. Real Housewives of Miami and New York when they came down. Shows like that. Some stuff that's not even out yet still. And either way.
How do you feel when you're like something that you went ahead and produced, and that goes for you too, young lady, when it's something that you went ahead and produced and it's supposed to come out and it never comes out, but then it pops up like years later? Has that happened to you?
Maybe once or twice, and not necessarily was it something that I may have produced. Maybe I assistant directed on it.
You're a part of it.
Maybe I directed it. For whatever reasons, I think artists, labels, they have their own logistics and situations, and those are the things that kind of postpones those type of projects. If the label doesn't green light it or whatever it may be, it's not going. So I very rare though, maybe twice in 10 years, have I experienced something like that.
Well, that's not bad then. You only ran into it twice, but some people just go ahead and create a movie or a show or something, and it seems like it's never coming out, and like 2 years later or something, just a movie or something just comes out. It's like,
right.
Like I know I have a friend right now. He's like, I did this joint with Jamie Foxx, and he don't know when it's coming out. But
is it complete?
It's complete.
Well, actually,
right.
actually is gonna come out. It's gonna be
it's
at
coming
the
out, but he didn't know when it was gonna come out.
Yeah, at the time he didn't. It's gonna be the first quarter of 2023.
All right.
Period.
All right.
I've been checking.
Okay, I know that's right. I'm gonna drink to that. I'm gonna drink to that.
Hang up on me now.
Shout out to Ponzo Houdini.
Shout out to Ponzo Houdini, man. Uh-oh.
Dropping first quarter.
Shout out to Ponzo Houdini, man. Cake boss in the building. So I love what they doing, man. The brother moved from Buffalo, New York to Atlanta and ended up in like 4 or 5 movies.
Within the first 2 months.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
He was working. Like, he was moving and meeting people. And it's like that when you're not in your city. You're able to kind of move around more freer. Yeah. Instead of somebody looking at you like, oh, I seen you. I went to school with that person or whatever like that. Because people try to go ahead and kind of take advantage of that. And like, all right, well, yeah. If they can do it, I went to school with them, I could do the same thing. People look at, certain people like that. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think people look and say, hey, if they can do it, I can do the same thing?
Oh, absolutely. I have people in my DMs
Hell
every day.
Hell fuck yeah, they say
that. They really do. Like, obviously, like, I grew up in Jamaica, like, for real. Mm-hmm. So I only came up here when it was time for university. And I have a lot of my friends that, when they see things, they're like, yo, when I started posting the videos that I worked on, and even with the bitch I got my pots, and they constantly say to me, yo, Bri, like, you were made for this. Like, you were always that person. So it's crazy. So, like, you inspire me, and, you're a mom of 2, and you have lupus, and you go through a lot of stuff, and you're making this shit happen. So, you know, and that's why I do it too, because, you know, I have my days.
So you got more positivity than negativity?
Yeah, I don't really get negative stuff.
That's dope. That's awesome. That's awesome. Cause you know, out here.
I mean, let me not say that.
Okay.
I get a little negative, but they ain't gonna say it to my face. Right. I just hear it through the grapevine, but you know, I don't pay attention to that.
That's what's
I try not to anyway, because at the end of the day, I know I'm a light, and you know, if it bothers you, that means it ain't not my problem. Yeah, I'm doing something right. So that's how I look at life.
I can't knock you on that. Nah. Not at all. So again, man, we have the beautiful Bri Hanson in the building, and I got my family right here, and I ain't gonna mess up his name, so I ain't gonna say it again. Anyway, I told y'all, man, we've been drinking, we having a good time. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Ray Brown.
You know what I'm saying? I said,
Ray
Brown. You gonna have to just hold my name at the bottom of the screen. This whole thing.
Check out. Real talk. Check out. I got a brother, right? Same name. No lie.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Big Bro. Look how he doing this, man. Look how he doing.
My whole thing is sometimes, you know what I mean, you in an interview and you just trying to keep up with you know what you have planned to execute, have a conversation with, and you're like, all right, damn, I don't want to mess up nobody's names, but I'm like, I ain't gonna. But anyway, it goes like that sometimes. Shout out to the brother Ray, man. Shout out to my brother Ray Brown, man. Go ahead,
you heard it. You heard it the first time right here.
I mean, shout out to my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? We are live right now. Believe this. All right, so Kodak. You know what I'm saying? You just said Alkaline. I mean, these are big name artists. These are artists that other people could wish they could work with. You know, after working with an artist maybe like that, does the doors open more for you, or do they open the way you expect them to open to, or do they open up more because you may have worked with this artist rather than what you were already doing?
I think
it was a 2-part question. My bad.
Maybe a little bit of all of it. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously when the people see artists that they know, projects that they're familiar with, that they're listening to on the radio right now, when they see those things and associate us with those things, it's a good representation in a sense that you know, I guess they take us serious. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I feel you.
I mean, it definitely validates you, you know, in a way, because especially for me, I'm an island girl. Right. So it's like when people see, even when shit ain't really all like that, like you standing up with Trick and people that we grew up listening to from an island, and now I'm in America and I'm beside these people every week. Like people are like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So it depends, because I was gonna say when he was talking, like, I may be doing all these music videos, working with all these big people, and I get respect from people, and it validates me in that regard. But then I'm trying to shoot a movie. No, they don't care. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the film world don't care. It's real. And you got to start all over again. So I'll say yes, it opens doors. But then when you're trying to kind of transfer that energy and that experience and that journey into other genres of production and film and visuals, you know, it doesn't necessarily help, because you still got to learn the way. You still got to prove to them people, like, you know what I'm saying? I got to be next to Scarlett Johansson or something for them to respect me. They don't care about they don't care about Rick Ross. You know, they don't care about the rappers. They don't care.
Like,
who is that?
Rick, who?
You know what I'm saying?
Rose.
And it depends on the community too, because it's like from the boy, like, you know, around the way, like your boy, it's a black community, cool. Like no matter if you an actor or what, you gonna respect the Ross or Khaled. It is what it is.
Like, there's a certain level of respect.
Yeah, but if
you put some respect on the name a little bit with those.
But imagine, right? I'm working with, and a lot of the artists that I work with too are Caribbean, right? And that's something that I strive to do. I want to basically, and that's what I strove to do with Alkaline, is change the game on the visuals in Jamaica specific, because I felt like the music is so good. We always influence, relevant, consistently, and our videos were just shit.
You like, would go ahead and take an English song and make it bigger than it was when it came out. So
exactly. It's like I definitely, like these people are getting quality concepts, like actual concepts to do their thing, right? But I can do that, and I'll work with all these people, and let's say I write to Leonardo DiCaprio and say, hey, you know, I've worked with Alkaline and Morgan Heritage He's
doesn't
gonna be
buy it.
like,
You gotta say Jay-Z or Beyonce.
you get what I'm
right?
saying? Like he gonna
gotta
be
be
like,
like,
okay, I see
necessarily
you're
buy
working,
you
but who
everything.
are these people?
Right.
You know, like they don't
I've
care.
done
So
that.
that's so in that regard, it definitely don't necessarily help. Like they see you working, but they don't give a shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not enough to
It's not
necessarily
enough.
change.
It's not enough to
change your life.
They still
You
gonna
know,
hire you as a
it's not
PA
like-
on that
yeah,
film,
yeah,
even
they
if
give
you
you
was
opportunity.
directing music videos for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's real. That's real.
unfortunately, it just is what it is.
But even, like somebody like John Singleton, John Singleton will refuse to do a music video. You know what I'm saying? Because
It doesn't help it.
it wouldn't at all. But, I'm sure people came to John and was like, can you shoot my music video?
Come on, man, just
Yo,
Yeah.
like, yeah. You know what I mean? Come on, off the shrimp, bro. And the other thing I was going to ask was, how about people saying, yo, you know what I mean? You working with me, I'm going to give you publicity.
Exposure.
Exposure.
right.
I think everybody in the history of everything hates the
Well,
word.
It's kind of it get a little hard. It get a little hard after you've reached the point where you was just talking about, like, after we done got a couple credentials and stuff, all of that quote unquote
Exposure stuff don't mean
publicity
nothing.
ain't shit. Like, unless these guys obviously have something significant. Let's look at those numbers. Let's look at what you got going on. If we're going to entertain that.
No bots.
Right. No bots. Right. You got 1 million followers and 1,300, likes on this last post. It just don't add up. You know
And
what
no
I'm saying?
comments. Not
Yeah.
one. Okay.
At that point, it don't
Right.
add up. But now if it's an individual that got real numbers and real results, we got to consider that. Because that might be a play, you know?
So we had this social media strategist and expert on the Ask Master show earlier this week, which will be airing tomorrow on Video Mix at 11 a.m. So, but she was speaking about, not just consistency, but having the right content. You know what I'm saying? That's going to go ahead and or even saying something that's going to go ahead and attract somebody's attention and then kind of lead them to the way they're supposed to. Do sometimes you feel you're dragged into a rabbit hole and you don't never find the answer that you're looking for when it comes down to things on the internet? I don't know how I went there, but I did. Go ahead.
Rabbit hole for searching for things
Yeah.
on the internet.
Like music, whatever. Like say you're trying to find something that you need to do or learn about and you can't, you never find the answer, but you find answers about every damn thing else around that. Because then when you fall into that, you're like, yeah, all right, I needed that.
I think the only time that happens to me is when I'm looking for something I shouldn't be looking for. But for real, I'm just keeping it real. But I feel like the internet I feel like the only time that can happen is if you're looking in one space. Like if you're Googling, if you're searching on Instagram, you're not gonna find what you need. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Now TikTok, let me tell you something. TikTok got everything. Okay,
I promise you.
I don't sleep because of TikTok. No, I put my mother onto TikTok. No, she doesn't sleep.
What?
It's my brain is like this every day, and it's not just dancing.
I honestly refuse to give my daughter a cell phone, right? And she's 13 now. So
Yeah.
it's like
Respect to you.
It's almost like she takes her phone and everything else to try to do what she wants to do now. But I'm saying, like, it's almost impossible for a child at that age to go ahead and not have a phone. It's like they're missing something in their life, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game that they playing on there.
Everything.
And-
With
and
everything.
YouTube.
The YouTube. Not even just YouTube. YouTube is serious, too. But like you just said, TikTok.
TikTok.
She find out shit before we can find it out.
And
You
she
know what
know
I'm saying?
more than
It's
we
like
do.
TikTok is the new Twitter for kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna get no TikTok. Why would I get a TikTok, man?
Get the
I'm
TikTok.
doing a business. Like, I'm doing
Right.
I'm like, what's going?
But
And
it's real.
She had
Somebody,
me on TikTok
real
last
talk.
night.
We had somebody that was in here and went viral for just chilling in a studio with an artist. Matter of fact, I think it was Kent. And she went viral just listening to music, like for people listening to music. Like, how does that happen on TikTok?
On the TikTok?
On TikTok.
Okay.
It's like, how do you become that influencer off of
off of that
chilling in the studio
platform.
one time.
TikTok
Like
is
real talk. It's not
Yeah,
even.
It's a unique platform. It's a unique
it's
platform.
definitely a unique platform where I feel like
I thought it
Instagram.
was just about kids.
No, and so did I. I kind of thought it was like dancing
I
or
mean,
whatever. But
exactly.
let me. I can vouch for it. Listen, I was looking for a new coach, and I wanted something specific with a certain budget. How about I found it through TikTok? TikTok made me buy it. Is a number one hashtag.
She didn't
TikTok
tell
made
that,
me.
by the way.
That is new information.
Right.
By the way, that
Fine.
is like yesterday information.
What
But
do you mean? What did you say? What did
he
you
said
She didn't tell me. I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's how she got it. Was
that's how she
through
come up
TikTok.
before
Right.
you, huh?
No. But TikTok really, like, you can find anything on there, and people. What I like about it is that there's no like gatekeeping on TikTok. It's like people want to talk about it. They want to have these conversations. I think the case with Shanquella Robinson, TikTok and Twitter is how her case came to light. Like, I found out about her before anybody else was posting it. One night at 4 a.m. on TikTok. I was in the rabbit hole, and then I seen some shit, and then I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? And now LeFez is involved in the case. So there's a lot of useful stuff on there.
Right.
And the more you look for the stuff that you want to look for, that's what shows up. Honest to God, it's a great platform.
Let me ask you guys this while you're talking about TikTok though. What is your opinion on who are the creators of TikTok? Is it China? Was it Japan?
China.
It's a Chinese company.
I'm sure you guys have heard now that the TikTok there is a different layout and format than it is here.
If you're under 14 years old, they don't get any of the stuff that our kids get right now. They don't
Right.
get any of the media, any
Right.
of the things that, you know, that the Kardashians. They
Very
all that extra
interesting.
stuff.
What are
It's
your
only
guys'
about,
thoughts on
It's
that?
only about like education.
Right. I mean, it's
I think it's our fault.
it's a better thing
It
for
is
them.
our
over
fault.
there.
It's our fault. We can't blame them because at the end of the day, these things are
Let's be
triggered
honest,
by
though.
algorithms.
Let's be honest. We wanted this though.
Yeah.
We wanted artists to be able to touch the people. We create, like, when it comes down to the internet, we were able to go ahead and make it happen. Now,
coming viral songs like
Songs
Billboard
that you
off of TikTok that you would never have even looked at, or the labels would have been like, Shh, we're not spending $500,000 on this to break this record. Trending. The bites are trending, but because and the dances with it's like now you have
Shout out
influencers
to the
marketing
dances.
for you
Dances took off.
without you asking.
all right. So have you guys heard? You know what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna be getting out of here soon, but have you heard the song by Amaletta?
Amaretta.
See, I told you, it's not you, Ray. Ray, I know your
It's
name
just-
now. It's not you no more,
said
bro.
Amaletta?
It's
Call her
not
Omelet.
just you. You know what I'm saying? It's not just you. I mess up everybody now. So when it comes down to Amaretta, have you heard the song where she's, you know what I'm saying, ATL?
Not Atlanta.
Not Atlanta. There you go. Not Atlanta. Have you heard that
I
song?
don't think I heard it.
Yeah, that shit went viral. He
You didn't hear it? Not
sorry.
Hold on.
Ray a
Maybe
little out the loop.
Maybe I did.
You gotta play that. You gotta
Are we
play
gonna
it.
play it
Yeah,
too?
we gotta
Are we
play
gonna
it.
go into that?
Because it's a reason I want you to, like,
I'm in the
honestly,
loop,
like,
though.
I have an artist, like, it's not my artist, but shout out to the one and only Jez B. He has a song with Mike Jones. She went ahead, took the beat, ran with it because she was talking about everybody else's stuff. Everybody else is from Atlanta that's not really from Atlanta. We're going to show you real quick. And then we're going to get right back. But what we going to do is, Audacity, tell them what's coming up next.
Next, we gonna find out who stank.
Oh, shoot. Nobody in the studio, right?
Nah, hell no.
No one in the studio.
Nobody
Yeah.
for the record.
I need you to PSA. Thank you.
But we'll be back in a few secs. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this Ayo real quick while we getting this Not Atlanta. Let's go. Shout out to that boy Ayo. Maryland, what's up?
Looking in like while we together, and we just looking out like shit'll get better. Navigating through the storm till we see better weather, but wondering why they weren't by us anyway. We done came too far for us to stop now. Better off moving forward than ever to turn round. Build a house out of bricks and never will blow down. blow down. Yeah. We're dangerously in love when I'm mad at you. But when the door open, I'm glad it's you. You get on my damn nerves, but I value you. Wondering why they weren't about us anyway. Won't stop, and we won't quit. Better get back on your A game. You want some bullshit? You gon' make me leave your ass and get on my bullshit. Yeah, I'm talking all this trash, but deep down, know I'm still in love with you anyway. Yeah. And I know it get hard sometimes. We fuss, we fight. Yeah. I love being in the dark sometimes, in need of light. Yeah. You said you'll always ride for me, even do the time for me, babe. You said you never lied to me, but you fucking lied to me, babe. We won't stop and we won't quit. Better get back on your A game. You want some bullshit? You gon' make me leave your ass and get on my bullshit. Yeah, I'm talking all this trash, but deep down, know I'm still in love with you. You said you'll always ride for me, yeah. You said you never lied to me, and yeah, you did, and everything changed. I'm so high of your love that I'm taking this pain. Where my heart is in all this.
Shout out to that boy, hey yo! That boy is fire, I promise you, man. Y'all gotta go ahead, make sure you check out, man. He got so many more tracks, man. Man, he's been on Count Your Bands, man. I mean, Count Your Bands something serious, man. We got artists like a Versus, but we talking about paper, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You want to put up money on your music? Let's do it. And then that's what we doing for y'all. But we don't get into that soon. But playing for you. So tell me if you heard this song before.
Ángel La Ciencia.
Shout out to that girl Amaretta. Shout out to my man Jeff Vito.
Big red in this bitch. This siren, not siren. I wasn't gon' say nothing, but it's on me heavy. I promise it's getting ridiculous after this drop. Do not jump to no conclusions. I don't need these folks in my mentions. No, I'm too solid, gon' keep it a brick. I ain't going back and forth, cause I said what I said. I'm clearing the air, cause I feel it's my place. I gotta jump on the couple folk head. Y'all come to the city, get a feel for this air. And I wanna go home, I know you love what it taste like. But it ain't too fair, we had to live up in these trenches. Y'all went back to the birds when they got up on them late nights. Look, we really ran through these streets. We ain't never get a break. So we speaking on Atlanta, I don't play right. But I'ma get right to the subject, ain't gon' beat around the bush. Chance of this, if you say you from the A, right? Where's I know you from? What hood did you live? What hospital bed were you born? Look, I know it sound crazy, but I'm a A baby. I gotta start pulling for card. We had to live in this zoo where you don't make it out, so I don't give a fuck what they say. Look, if you niggas ain't grow up in APS system, you bitches is not from the A. And you from Gwinnett, nigga, rep that. Perpetrated step back, talking about you from the outskirts, could've killed that. Rep where you from and don't rep where you home, no. Air Force claim around the world, know they felt that. Earned out my stripes and I got my respect. The whole city know I'm a beast. Look, if you not from this side and you don't know the facts, you chill and repeat after me. Holly Park, it's not Atlanta. Lithonia, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Clayco, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Decatur, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Gwinnett, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Roswell, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Fort Park, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Lynburn, it's not Atlanta. Look, the North, it's not Atlanta. No. The South, it's not Atlanta. No. You niggas, it's not Atlanta. No. You bitches, it's not Atlanta. No. Big Rudder on 2 Atlanta. I had to get through Atlanta. I'm talking about the 1, the 3, and the 4 with the old, not the new Atlanta. Get thick. They gonna be mad about that one. They gonna be big mad.
Hey, that's what I mean. No, I'm saying it's a full-time job out here. It's a full-time job out here being gangster like Bri Hanson in this building, man.
Oh my God.
It's serious, man. Like you can't do what she do. The same way that Amaretta said it's not Atlanta. Oh, damn it. I'm not even on the picture. They can hear me, but they can't see me.
As long as they can hear you, man. Keep it going. You better keep it going.
They hear me, but they can't. Now y'all can say, man. All right, so yeah, we live right now. Strongarm Radio behind Backstage. Bri Hanson in the building. We got the one and only Ray Brown in the building, man.
Finally, you got it.
I will not mess that up again, man. Shout out to my brother Ray. Listen, he'll throw me over in the bus right now.
Listen,
he
after
heard
this
that
interview,
that's some real ish. I'm in trouble. Nah, real talk though. Like, shout out to the family. Shout out to everybody out there, man. I want to give a shout.
Thank you guys for having us.
I want to give a shout out to y'all for being here, man, because you know what I'm saying. I know we're not finished with the show yet, but you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all energy. Like, we here, we having a great time, we enjoying ourselves. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people go ahead and they kind of be like, you know, just chill and they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of be real. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all being real because some people don't want to be like that. But on top of that, man, you guys are doing great things again. Great things. So, Audacity, tell me how many great things you believe they're doing.
I think they're doing amazing things.
Yeah, you better.
God did.
God did.
God
did. All right, that's what I'm talking about. So let's talk about a couple things right here real quick. All right, so TV show, bitch, I got my pots, right? Podcast lip service. That's what Angela Yee, if people don't know, man. Like, when it comes down to the Breakfast Club and our community, you know what I'm saying? That's where people go, you know what I'm saying, to check out some information. You know
Shout
what
out to Angela Yee. Such an amazing soul. Great girl.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to Angela Yee. I got an opportunity to meet all of them at what's my man? Papa Keith's spot, man. Icy Food Miami. They did a live broadcast at Icy Food Miami, and it was a dope early morning broadcast. I took my daughter down there, man. We had an excellent time, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them, man. It's sad to see them they breaking up, but people got to go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
Build bigger things.
Move on
so
to bigger things.
Exactly.
Go to
you
where
know
that
what I'm
money
saying?
at.
Money's got to go.
Okay.
Hey, you want more, you got to make more. You know what I mean? So we are here right now, Strongarm Radio. So Miss Bree, man, I mean, damn, y'all doing it big, man. You know what I'm saying? You did the Licking national commercial. I'm mad at you. I wanted to do that. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to do that.
Well, I ain't gonna stay on the I ain't gonna be up here and lie now. They ain't called me for that one, but my guy Ray was there, so you can talk to him about the tour race. Okay, they ain't called me for that one.
You jumped into it, didn't you? You
Nah.
did it? You jumped into it and did it?
The finger licking videos, the commercials, absolutely.
We did like 2 of them,
Absolutely.
all of them.
Yeah, we did like, I think there's at least 3 or 4 finger licking commercials, and probably some you guys haven't seen. But yeah, shout out.
Did
to
you do the
Antoine
editing
Smith
as well?
and E-Class.
Shout out to E-Class, man.
No. I assistant directed those commercials. Yeah. Antoine Smith was a director. I'm not sure who he had edited actually.
Well, shout
Might
out.
be a the homie upstairs, but yeah, man, it's a lot. You know, a lot of people, man. I love Stronger, right? Excuse me. I'm not trying to go ahead and say anything crazy, but I love Strongarm and how people, you know what I'm saying, how they go ahead and they bring people in the community together.
Strong arm. Yeah, man.
They doing big
I
things.
love Strong Arm. You know, fun fact about me is I used to engineer for Flow here
Excuse me?
in
Say what?
Hold on, man. People don't understand
So
what you're saying
in
right now.
2012, Freezy was going crazy. He was trying to buy trucks with 2012s in the trucks. It was a time in its own era. But yeah, in 2012, I used to engineer here at Strongarm. Actually, that's where I got a chance to actually meet a lot of these guys. I don't think that we haven't brushed shoulders.
No, I mean, I just came. I came over here like when COVID happened.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so that was like 19, 20, 18.
2020.
Funny thing for him, we came over here, but everything always runs full circle.
It
I
does.
started off with Otis. You know who Otis Kemp is?
Otis Kemp. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, and he ended up turning into a gospel artist.
Okay.
I used to be his assistant.
Okay.
Over at Studio Center. So
Okay.
when they were trying to Po Boy was actually trying to buy out Studio Center over there at that time. So that's who I was assistant to at that time. And then of course I left. I ended up going off into my own ventures. But
when was that?
That was 2009.
2009.
Because it was right after
okay.
it was like 4 months after I had my daughter. I started
Wow.
working over there.
Okay.
With him. And then it went from there. But prior to then, I was working at Circle House. I was over at Circle House for a little while.
With BB.
Yeah.
Shout out to BB.
Shout out to
Yeah,
BB.
man.
Listen, it's crazy. Like everything does come. Well, I'll say like, I remember hanging out at Circle House and me and BB, and then like last year we just had BB on Ask Master Show. He wants to go on the Master Show. Man.
Nice.
So it's just like like everything, like Miami's so big.
It's so big.
But it's so small.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and the people who are working, the people you see grinding, you know, in the field, man, you're gonna see them. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's serious about this shit, they put their life on this,
I want to be.
You're gonna bump into them.
I want to be real with you because you were so focused at that video shoot that I was like, I ain't even gonna talk to this guy. Like I said, what's up to him?
Right.
You know what
Wow,
I'm saying? He was
man.
like, yo, what's up? Like, he was so bruh was so focused. I mean, he was like, ain't nothing style. Like he was just, you know what I mean?
Well, it's funny because that day was a significant day for the company that day because I've been doing, I've been assistant directing, for videos for at least the last 6 years now, right? And so I think come on then, Bree. I'm sorry. I might have lost it. What was I saying?
So we just kind of getting into what was going on that day. We was doing a video.
Right. That was a big day.
Everybody in there, like
significant day.
Big bang! Shout out to Life Row, man.
Life Row. Shout out to Ross. Shout out to Kent. Everybody involved in that project, man. Shout
out to Byron too.
Byron.
Can't forget about Byron, man. Shout out to Byron.
That's my bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Byron, bro.
It's funny you came out that day because that was a significant day for the company actually. I had been assistant directing videos for years, but this particular video was done under our company. A lot of times I'm working for a lot of different people and a lot of other production companies. This particular project was significant to us. Yeah, but we had Ross, we had everything. We had the block out, we had the police out, you know what I'm saying? This was how we were starting our year off, with this under the company. So it's funny you were out there that day because that was actually a significant day for us.
I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. That's one reason I wanted to bring you guys on the show. I already, when Byron introduced me to you on the video shoot, Bree, it was like, okay, she's doing this and this is who she is, and I'm like, that's dope. Like, I love to see a sister out here, like, she moving and ain't nobody stopping her. She's the boss. Like, when you talk about Ross, you want to hear about a boss. She was the boss on that video shoot.
Absolutely.
One of the bosses, excuse me.
Absolutely.
I don't want to leave you out, Ray.
Hey, it's all right.
But
hey, it's okay.
She was one of the.
It's okay.
She was one of the illest bosses on there, and she was so nice, sweet, and polite. Like, sometimes you run into chicks and women, and they're just like, yo, no, I ain't got time for this, whatever. It's over there, da. And everybody that was with the crew was very nice, cordial with everyone. You know what I'm saying? From I remember the other lady that was from, I think, Atlantic, and it was like a lot of different people, there,
right.
and everybody was just nice and sweet.
Yeah, we had people from Sony and Epic.
Sorry, excuse me, Sony and Epic. You know what I'm saying? Even when they was doing the NDAs and everything, they was very cool. Some people can go ahead and be nasty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to go ahead and say, get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were so nice.
That's definitely something that it's almost we can't have that on our side.
Right. Professionalism is something we actually try to
professionalism and going the extra mile for our clients and the people around, just making sure everybody's comfortable, happy, taken care of. And that's another reason why, even that's why productions are important, because now you can actually cater to people. Because when you have the one-off, like they can't
do nothing. They can't do everything.
Happy, like what I'm saying?
Right.
So no, shout out to the team, everybody that was on that set. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. The whole Dream
Again,
Driven
y'all
team.
put an excellent team together. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
And however y'all did it, y'all did an amazing job. Again, everybody was cool, calm, collective, and certain little things happen, and like, we don't want you over here, this and that, but. Nobody was rude.
Nobody got shot. Nobody got shot.
Nobody. No, it's not even that. It's just that everybody that was there, it was all love.
Yeah.
Nobody was on no hood.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody was on none of that. Like, it was all love, and I love the vibe that everybody brought to that video shoot. You know what I'm saying? And again, y'all did an amazing job. So
Appreciate
I was there. So
Appreciate
by
you.
me
Appreciate
being able to be there, I can go.
You can validate this.
Right here.
All right, you can vouch for this.
My shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with it. I'm with it. Yeah. Talk that,
You know
man.
that was not that easy, and people don't even know.
That
like,
was not an
that
easy
was our
video
third
shoot.
Location for the day.
But I remember, I think,
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember,
that was.
I remember when they was driving up
They
in the
won.
cars and stuff, and I didn't know what was going on, but I was like, is he security? I was like, what is Ken doing? Is he police? What is going on? So what was that scene about? Like when he came out with like the bulletproof stuff on?
So actually, that he was actually just coming off of his drone shot where he drove around in our picture cars. So we had some deal with these certain car brands. I forget what they were. Right.
Okay.
You had to use those cars?
Yeah, we had.
Yeah.
They brought them.
Yeah, it
in.
was a
We
whole
had to make it
situation.
make sense. We had Black Water. Shout out.
Yeah,
Black Water,
we had a couple
Texas.
products. This was product placement.
Product
Okay.
placement.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
That's
that's dope.
dope.
Can you,
Yeah,
wait,
for real.
be real though.
That was
Let's
big.
be real. Like, can you explain? Like, we see a lot of TV shows, and we may see Tide, or you may see Starbucks or something inside the show. Can you explain to the people what product placement is, and if you can, how do you become a person that can use that inside their video?
Okay, so product placement is a great thing for the creators and a great thing for the actual people's brand whose it is, obviously, because as creators, people coming in to put the videos together, you'll have these brands that say, hey, we want to have our product in your video. Now, for the creator and for the people putting that together, that comes at a cost. You know what I'm saying?
Let's say, all right, for example, say Vitamin Water.
Yes.
Approaches you and they want Vitamin Water inside this video that you're about to shoot.
Correct.
No artist name.
Mm-hmm.
So how, and this artist may not be a big artist, or they may be a big artist, because some big artists got to go through the record label and everything. But are you, because this is your video, are you able to go ahead and prove it? Because right now I want to tell you something. I'm really pissed. Okay, let me hold on. Oh God, listen. All right. It was one problem I had. One problem, and it was very serious that I had at the video shoot. Very, very important, and I want to make sure I clarify. And I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but it was very important, and it was supposed to help my show. And then y'all just took it all the way out. You know what I'm saying? How did y'all take the whole B out of my shirt? Like, how did y'all?
What the hell?
Shit.
Oh shit!
Y'all got rid of my. I had this on purpose. It was on purpose. Damn it!
So you had that on at the shoot?
I brand myself.
You had that on at the shoot?
Me out. Hell yeah, same shirt.
Listen, hey. First off, for the record.
Tell everybody.
For the record.
Tell everybody.
I ain't know you then.
All right.
And I ain't know you until.
I ain't know you then.
Yeah, that's true.
I could have made that happen. I could have made that happen.
Oh, damn.
Hey.
Because even us, like, we brand all the time. Like,
Yeah.
in a lot of our videos, too, like, you know how it is.
Yeah.
They show the director and the artist.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
I'm about to go ahead and be in a Rick Ross and Kid Jones
Yeah,
video,
yeah.
son, behind Backstage in the building.
No,
And guess what? I mean, and the whole thing is, I signed the NDA and everything, so I didn't show any pictures. I ain't do nothing, because I was like, niggas ain't going to sue me for shit.
Shout out to the ones
I
following the
said, I'm going to
script.
wait till this shit come out, and then I might show a picture or two. And I still ain't shown nothing yet.
Go on, post them. You need to post it now. It's out.
I got the permission from y'all now. You know what I'm saying?
Put that shit out.
I was just trying to chill, because you never know how people are like, that's my picture, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, better safe than sorry.
Because people don't respect that type of.
But y'all said that
protocol.
plenty of times. Like, throughout the shoot, you said, yo, put your phones away, do this, blah, blah, blah. People kept their phones. So I put my shit away, because I ain't got
Absolutely.
time for that. So.
Well, what people don't understand is that, at the point that we have a Sony artist out, an Epic artist out here, I'm on a contract with the label that covers the content that's made around this individual project. And, all of that stuff is contracted as their work, their shit.
Stuff. Yeah.
So, for people to have stuff that, that we're not turning in and not being able to have, not a good thing. You know, like for example, you might have had
show
the
it
perfect
before
picture,
everybody
right?
else, yeah.
You might have had the perfect fucking picture of the set, and you posted it before we posted the video. Now I'm getting a call from Sony. Now I'm getting a call from Ross's people saying, "Hey man, what?"
Right.
And not only that, safety. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like in today's age, like safety is a primary
Yeah.
thing too. We have Rick Ross and Kent Jones on this set, and
Yeah, you don't
his
want people to know.
Like, we don't have. When somebody's phone is out, we don't have control of when they post, how they post, what they
Or
post,
even
right?
live.
Yeah, if they're putting
Or
a
live,
location,
and
if
I
they're
know,
putting a
you know what I'm
location.
saying. So
Different
we
locations
that's why when I say
and-
I respect that, I really do.
Yeah,
that
we
you listen to
appreciate
that.
that.
We appreciate that because yes, contractually we need to abide by certain terms of our agreement, but safety. It was a lot of niggas out there.
It was a
lot of niggas out there, and it could have been somebody pulling up, knowing where that nigga's at, and one of our talent, our crew, our label people get hit in the crossfire.
Yeah.
That's real.
So that's something
Even
that I
with the
really want to
police out there,
stress.
We had you saw
Yeah,
it.
we had
yeah,
officers,
police, yeah,
but
there's
still,
police out
it
there,
was
yeah.
a big location. Like you were there, you know,
Too
it
much.
was
It was
a
huge,
movie. Let them
yeah.
know it was a movie.
It was a movie,
A
son.
movie, okay?
A movie, son. They had the basketball court. They had the ocean.
Okay.
They had, you know what I'm saying? They had the barbecue joint. And see, I was also mad when y'all cut me out next to Byron when he was flipping when he was flipping the burgers and stuff.
You know
what I'm saying? They
I-
like
you were in
I
there.
edited me
I
out
told
like
you.
a couple times, but I was like,
I
you know
told you what happened
I was
now.
trying to. I know.
told
I
you
know.
what happened
And
here
you had
now.
to plug. Khabib's
I
my
had to
boy.
plug.
I
I
put
just
B
said
in there on purpose.
You gotta be
That's
resourceful.
why I was next to him. I said, damn it, if he's
Shut up,
gonna be
Byron,
in that
y'all.
shit,
You
I'm
need to
gonna
let
be
this
in it.
man know what the
I'm gonna be
deal.
right next to Byron. Shout out to Byron.
Shout out to Byron, man.
Cause I'm gonna be next to him.
No, we got you on the next one, man. Now that we know you family, now
Yeah.
you feel me? You family.
Hey. We good now.
We
good
good.
now.
We good.
We good.
We can
All
let our editors know
right.
beforehand. This guy.
The behind
This
that,
guy.
the B gotta stay there.
He gotta be there.
Keep the bees in the picture,
Keep
please.
the bees
just
in the
for 2
pictures.
seconds. 2 seconds. I told this
See,
nigga
it's BB
I would
and
give him
DD.
2 seconds.
It is what it is. That's dope. Funny.
So man, like you guys did TJ Bitcoin. Like, tell me about that. How y'all do that video? Y'all do it together?
Yeah, that
Okay.
was a Dream Driven production, and actually, it was we got that job through my dear friend and mega house director out of Jamaica. Shout out Bling Blang, aka Sasha.
Blang.
I met her through Shaq. Anyway, no, but I met
Shaq
her
need to be
and
dream driven at
no,
this
that's what
point.
I'm saying. Shaq, he gonna be over here. But no, Bling Blang, dope, talented director. I connected with her when I produced Spice and Baby Sham video. And, we connected on a business level and then it became personal. And, she moved out here and it's like, all right, Bree, since we met, you're my producer. You're my producer. So when I connected with Ray, it's like everything she brought to the table, it was like, all right, we dream driven
Did
now.
you run into like certain things like that when people like from, certain cities, they come and they feel more comfortable around you because you made a connection?
That's how we got the Skeng video, I
Right.
believe.
So is it
right?
it's possible to go ahead and make connections with people and build your company kind of from there, right?
Absolutely. I mean, all of everything is based off of relationships and just working with different people. For us, like we're just kind of like legitimately getting this company off of the ground. So coming from scratch, you have to really kind of hit the community, hit the streets, be brushing with people in order to even make a presence. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that it's about working with all kind of people and working with people,
Right.
That's the only way it's going to spread.
Yeah, I think fortunately for us is that individually, I feel like we're powerful entities and we're approachable entities.
Right.
But together and under the Dream Driven banner, Dream Driven just speaks for itself, right? Can we
Right.
just say it just is
Yeah,
what it
that's
is?
true.
Everybody's Dream Driven. It touches all bases. Everyone can be a part of that category as long
But
as, you know what I'm saying?
is the name really like the brand? Like, is the name really that important to the brand? Like, people go ahead and come up with names for their record labels, come up with for the video production companies. So is the name that I mean, we know the name is important, but the name that you create for that brand, how do you make sure people stick with it or even connect to it?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a good question. You know, I think fortunately for us, like the whole dream driven vibe, it being more than just two words, it being a lifestyle, starting there, because anybody and everybody is driven by something. You know, we're here right now, we're on this radio station. You guys are driven to make this happen.
Exactly.
You know, you're dream driven individuals. You know, you got track stars, you got football players, you got artists out here who are ultimately chasing their dreams. You know, they're doing what they believe in and doing the best that they can do at it. That's a dream driven individual. So when you say, does that brand, is it that important to us? Yeah, because it's everything. It's everything. Absolutely. And now, as a company, we may break it down and say, hey, yeah, we do production. You know what I'm saying? We got studio stuff and we got video stuff for you guys. But when we break it down to the concept, you know, that's what ties into the dream-driven lifestyle, which, you know, you guys will see a little bit more of come 2023, where we start introducing more of the dream-driven lifestyle and dream-driven individuals, dream-driven apparel, just to suit just that, you know, dream-driven individuals. Anybody could be dream-driven. You could be swimming, a swimmer, a fisherman, whatever that is.
You could be every kid is dream driven. Okay,
Absolutely.
First off, so we're not even just talking about different professions. We're talking about different demographics of people, different age groups. It literally encompasses everybody across the board. You know what I mean? Right. And like, you know, we say we just driving dreams to reality.
Now, when it comes to commercials and films for you guys, when it comes to sync licensing and everything, how can someone reach out to you as far as if they have any music or anything like that they want to submit to you?
That's a good question. As far as where to send those things, you could send them to info@officialdreamdriven.com. You could send them to Bri Hanson at officialdreamdriven.com. Or you can
follow us on Dream Driven. DM us. Like, if you see me outside, you tap me on the shoulder. I'm approachable.
Yep.
Unless you see me with security, don't
get
touch
at us,
me.
you know.
No, I'm playing.
We're
but
not
seriously,
at a
like,
point where we don't see people.
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna be 100 with you. She's very approachable and very, very sweet. She's very nice. That's it. She don't like you. And she don't like you. She ain't gonna let nobody.
Even then, when I don't like people, I'm so respectful.
Joking.
So
she's so. No, I'm just playing. She's so. She's so wonderful. Like when I met her, she was just so sweet that I had to go ahead and just like I was like, we gotta have her on our show, but I don't know if I should approach her to ask her on my show because she was the big dog of the show. Like she was the big boss of the video shoot, and then Ray was the other big boss of the video shoot. So I was like, I ain't gonna bother none of them, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't, you know what I mean?
For a while, no, like this
Until
was
now.
a new thing. Like, we shot the video earlier this year, and here we are at the end of it. And I was like, who is this guy? Like, I didn't even remember. And then I was like, oh, like when I looked, I was like, oh, okay. And, you know, thankfully, I am a nice person because I could have been a bitch and he'd have been here venting.
Sure
and
I've
ranting.
been like, yo, you know that big
to be fair,
it was the most stressful shit
that
of my
would have
life
been a day
that I
where
would have
your
been
ass might have got that.
Cussed out.
You might have got that, but no,
see it.
you know,
She's really sweet.
Authentic for sure. That's why she's VP over here.
Like, yo, real talk, man. I give it up to you guys and congrats to you guys for like, creating what you want to create and becoming what you want to become. You feel me? Like for your, you know what I'm saying? For y'all to be able to do what you want to do when it comes down to video production, you can. And then you got names behind you. And it's sometimes hard for people here in the city to do it, but it's easier for some people from outside the city to come in and do it.
That's true.
So, again, how hard is it for you guys to kind of like keep that momentum going? You know what I'm saying? Because like you look at producers when it comes down to music producers like a Timberland. You know what I'm saying? What's the other homie? Mustard. You know what I mean? They were like, I mean, Timberland, of course, was number one when he was doing it.
Right.
But
Long
Mustard,
time.
yeah, for a long time. You know what I mean? But Mustard came in and he just ripped it up and nobody could stop him.
Yep.
And then he just died down. And it's like, how do you continue to be the best when it comes down to video production?
That's a great fucking question.
I feel like for me, and I think for us, it's just got to be open to the surroundings. You know what I mean? Because you may be the biggest in this time, but there's a new generation. You have to be able to meet the demands of the people that are relevant,
Right.
and the times that are relevant. You have to be able to adjust, grow, and adapt. And I feel like we are very good at that. You know what I mean? And I think our authenticity drives that ability to adapt. You know,
on, man. Now let's say I feel good, right? That's Pitbull, right? Like, how do you? I mean, like real talk, like
that nigga adapted. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just gotta say,
shout out to Pitbull.
Shout out to Pitbull.
Shout out to Pitbull.
Somebody who knew what he wanted too, though. You know,
Yeah.
even when he was rapping, you know, he said he wanted to be that Jay-Z artist that could rap in a suit.
Right.
And
He
what
did.
the fuck do you see him doing? Rapping in suits.
Bro, and honestly, one thing I couldn't, and I hated, I'll be honest with you, I had some artists I was managing back in the day, and it was Hispanic artists, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's the difference, you know, like us, we're black, so, you know, the black is black to us, whatever it may be, but for them, Hispanics, you know, if you're Cuban or you're Puerto Rican or you're Dominican or whatever else, it's totally different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we look at it from a stance back, it's like, yo, y'all Hispanic. I mean, y'all should all rock together. But, you know what I'm saying? They had their own quarrels. You feel me?
Right.
So
Cultural quarrels.
They're cultural quarrels.
Yeah.
So damn it, I forgot what I was going to say, but it's okay. It's gonna come back.
Is it about when they didn't want to do a song with
I
them?
did not. Which one? Oh yes, that probably was it.
okay, came in clutch.
Exactly. Thank you, Audacity. So
in the
what couldn't
building.
get to me is that why wouldn't these Puerto Rican rappers from Brooklyn would not want to do a song with a Miami Cuban rapper where this Cuban rapper is, you know, doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? Why would it be so much feud? Not feud. I'm not saying there was any feud, but why would they not just be happy to go ahead and do a song with Pitbull? Especially if Pitbull was willing to go ahead and do a song with them.
Politics, hate, jealousy. It could be a lot of
Politics, image. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Pitbull comes with his own image and story, and then you'll have these other individuals who feel like their story is realer. You know, and Pitbull's isn't. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff, I think, plays a role, and then obviously them wanting to prove their own rights too. But let's focus on what the real situation is there, though, because Pitbull is one of the first real Latin artists.
I want to make sure I clarify. This is not Pitbull where Pitbull is right now. We're talking about Pitbull where he was popping on 99 Jams. He was popping on Power 96.
The big T-shirt.
Not with not when it came down to
Not when he went.
He was
pop.
on everybody's remix.
pop before he went to pop. When he was hip hop.
Okay.
Right, when he was still hip hop, and he's a
why
hip-hop
didn't
artist.
he get that? Why
didn't
get
Pitbull get that hip hop love? Like I still like I listened to Pit. I was like Pit, and I was like, dude can spit, but it was like brothers wasn't trying to give him the opportunity. It was like certain people didn't want to go ahead and get that Spanish boy an opportunity to blow.
I remember even
and
having
he
Spanish
left.
friends being like, "Yeah, he's okay, but he could be better." You know, I don't know.
You know, it's interesting.
Is it hate? Like what happens?
So it could be
Because
multiple
we're going
things.
through so much right now in this world, from Republicans, Democrats, all this other crazy crap. But it's just like, how deep is it?
It depends, right? Because, one, it could be the camps that they was rolling with. You don't know the politics of their camps and why they can't, but they can't tell you that because it's privy information. And I was really in the music scene, you know what I'm saying? So I know how that go.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be, I don't know what Pitbull's specific story is, how he grew up, if he grew up rougher or not as rough, because when you're speaking, I can't speak to Pitbull, but a parallel that I'm seeing is, Sean Paul.
Mm-hmm.
In dance hall,
yeah,
growing up, let me tell you, he was my neighbor growing up, right? Real talk. Like, he comes from a great family with, like, he's one of the families.
I heard everything you say right now. I know I heard it.
Money, okay?
Right.
And he wanted to diversify and do something different. His parents were like, what? But he's like, no, you know what I'm saying? His brother was out of Copper Shot, was doing the sound DJ thing, and he came up. They were doing the music thing. Nobody in Jamaica respected this man, okay? Because, you know, he's an uptown guy. Like, he's a suburban guy. Like, you going to be doing dancehall. Dancehall, the whole point of dancehall, like hip-hop, is the grit, the trenches. That
I want to ask about
you know
dagger. I want to
saying?
ask you about that later.
Oh, I cannot. So, you know, he wasn't appreciated there until he crossed over and started doing his stuff. You know, he's a pretty boy. He had a little money behind him. His mindset was different. Because of all the things that they detested, he used those things to be over here where he's doing stuff with Sia and Beyonce and all, you know what I'm saying? Like the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Right. Now he getting respected. Same thing with Pitbull. It's like, it could be just that the culture of the music is so rooted in a certain type of lifestyle that if that person doesn't seem to authentically come from that, they can't fuck with it. Even if they're good.
That's true.
They can't fuck with it. How they gonna fuck with it? Because it goes against the very thing that they standing for. You know what I'm saying?
So when it comes down to, you know, hip hop, you know, like hip hop was a straight black sport. Like if you want to come down to it, and then Eminem came out. Like, I mean, it was other white artists trying to go ahead and make it, but they never made it to the status of Eminem. And I've never seen another artist, if they're white, whatever, black even, they have not made it to Eminem status. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's their Jay-Z's, your Kendricks. They didn't make it to the diamond like Eminem did. Eminem broke Elvis. You know what I'm saying? Like, how? Because he brought in something that nobody else saw before. And Dre did that. It wasn't Eminem. If Eminem came in and did that from somebody normally from Detroit, would he made it? Nope. I don't think so. If it wasn't for Dre, if it wasn't for, you know what I'm saying, the circle that he was around and the people he's around, he wouldn't have been able to be that great artist that he is right now. But now you got all these younger artists, and these younger artists are having problems with Eminem from Detroit because they're like, we don't see you, homie. Not saying you got to go ahead and put yourself out there and, you know what I'm saying, get shot or nothing, but we don't see you. We don't see you in the studio. We don't see you. We don't see you, period. Like, we're you that guy, so where are you?
Right. Sometimes the city does that to themselves, though. And I don't know. I grew up a little different, but for me, it's like, why would you see him? Because if you go there, and energy is a thing that I feel like, especially as you elevate, you become more in tune to because you got to.
Right.
It's like, so he could have been back. And, you know, he's seeing niggas that be smiling, but he hearing things or whatever. Why is he going to put himself in?
Different.
Yeah, he see things a lot differently. And then when he sees other experiences where people don't make it to Eminem right behind you, too, that's kind of crazy. Like, he's literally in the picture. No, like, look, literally down, right there.
Oh, shoot, I see it now.
Exactly.
See him right there?
He right there.
He in my
looking
face
at me. I'm like, damn, am I saying the wrong thing? No. But yeah, sometimes the city just does it to themselves. Like, why would you want to go back? If they could feel like there's some hate or animosity.
Should you move out? Should you move out your, like,
you're goddamn right you should move out.
You buy the block, move out.
Yeah.
And that's how you show your presence. Like, you can send your money there, pop up in a secure way.
You can be there.
Yeah, you could be there without being there.
Well, protective. I mean,
but
protection.
why are you still living there?
You don't need to live there.
You don't gotta live
there.
But
let's
you should be able to, though. Unfortunately,
but let's be real though. Like you just said, you should be able to. Like, when you think of Black Wall Street, you think of how things used to be, like in the 70s and 80s and 60s and before. Things really kind of changed to where African Americans want to move to the suburbs, where they felt that they were more in danger inside their own community, because mainly they were at a certain time because of crack and everything else, the other epidemics. They don't want to call it an epidemic. They just want to say crack was just whack, or the crack was the thing that did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when it comes down to it, our community hurt. And it got hurt, and continuously to go ahead and get hurt, and we kind of got used to it. So It's like we're getting used to all these killings and things that's going on.
We're desensitized.
And desensitized.
Yeah.
I agree. But before all that happened, it was a great thing to have a millionaire inside your community. Right? Like to have that millionaire, to have that house inside your community, it really meant something.
Until they started robbing it.
Well, yeah. But that's why they got like a whole bunch of alarms and guns. And then he moved out. You're right. He's like, I'm done with this
At the
shit.
end of the day, it boils back down to the security. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we can
But
be...
the community is what's
Look at
supposed
Bob
to-
Marley. Ran up to his fucking house. Shot them shots.
And
Yeah.
he wasn't even
a nobody.
in his hood. He was on the nice block, and they still ran up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look where he died. He died in America, right?
I mean, from
that
a different
nigga had
cause.
to clear it.
But
I mean,
From a
it was
different
different cause. Yeah,
But he had to
yeah.
no. But
To
you
be
see
fair,
what I'm saying? He
that was
was
his
at
house.
home. He
That
had a
was his
beautiful
home.
house that you could still go back and visit today. We
Bob
shout out
Marley.
Jamaica. We
Right,
were just there,
right.
and he had to leave.
We gonna go over there because I don't know which crib it is. I mean, I done saw shout-outs and everything. I know they doing shout-outs too, right?
Speaking of-
Ain't they supposed to be doing
Shout out
shout-outs too?
Vendetta 23.
Vendetta.
It's
Vendetta.
shout-outs
We
to-
worked
it's-
on
We
that.
worked
It's
on
shout-outs
Vendetta.
to
Yeah, that's
Vendetta.
coming out
That's what I'm
23.
asking.
It's shout outs to Vendetta.
Yeah.
It's shout-outs to
we're
Vendetta.
not at liberty to say that. Vendetta is Vendetta. Vendetta.
have the
Necessary
authority.
badness.
We don't have the authority.
Necessary
Shout-outs to-
badness.
Necessary badness. Shout out Kamani Marley, Vigorous Films.
I love it.
Yeah.
All the people, all the fam.
So when you like, you're really from Jamaica.
I really
so,
am.
So, St. Mary's and different like
The parishes.
small parishes and things over that nature. Were you in the parishes or were you in Kingston?
So, because we played the Amaretta song, I'm not gonna claim Kingston. Okay,
I'm ready to get everybody in trouble, man. Yo,
I don't want
that's not
nobody
right,
coming for my
son.
neck. I Kingston is kind of down, and I was in the suburbs. I was in the valley and the mountains.
Yeah.
You know, St. Andrew is where I hail from, but it's it's Kingston because
Yeah.
it's all the same
It's
shit.
still all the same shit.
But I ain't gonna.
You going the
do all
wrong
that.
block? You
You know what
getting
I'm
shot.
saying? Yeah. No. I fortunately I grew up well.
But I'm saying if you were in the area that you weren't supposed to, it's possible something could have happened to you.
No, not me.
No?
No.
Oh, you was protected. Oh, you see the
Absolutely.
little princess. You see her eyes. You see her eyes went into like.
Sometimes
her eyes
it's
just
who
went
you
into,
know.
Like, the,
I mean,
sometimes
it's
it's who you know,
never
man.
mean-
Fortunately, in Jamaica, like anywhere else, there is
Right.
some privilege, and it's like, why not use your privilege to protect
But
yourself?
that's real though.
Right.
It is. You have
It's
to
not.
protect
It's
yourself.
not white privilege. It's Jamaican privilege.
No, so up here, there's racism. It takes precedent,
Yes,
and
yes.
in Jamaica and the Caribbean, it's classism. So, what blacks experience here, I didn't have to experience there in Jamaica because I grew up with some form of financial stability. We're on the upper echelons of society, so I was considered what you would consider the white rich elite there. You know what I'm saying? So my experience was a little bit different.
Right.
But classism is real. Like, I done being rich and broke. Okay, first time I was broke was in America. Okay, like, real
You
deal.
good in your
Like,
country. You come over here,
okay.
like-
Oh, bro, I was a shit in Jamaica. Came here, you gotta get food, all type of crazy shit. You
Well,
know
let me
what I'm
ask you this
saying?
question: when you come over to America and
Yeah.
then you start taking care of yourself, you're the richest thing in Jamaica, aren't you? Be real.
They think you is. Stop
They
asking
think you
for that
is.
barrel,
Tell 'em.
please. Stop
You gotta
asking
send
for
them
that.
barrels.
We ain't got no money
You
for
gotta send
y'all.
them barrels.
We ain't got
She
no
ain't lying. You gotta send them
money for
damn
y'all.
barrels. I used to have to pack a couple barrels. I know what you're talking
Y'all
about.
know the
man.
deal. No,
Real
but for
talk.
real though.
Real talk.
Life is life. Thankfully, I was able to experience all types of dynamics of life growing up.
Right.
I'm 30. I just turned 34.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Kingston has all types of sides.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, I went over and I showed my daughter. My daughter wanted to go. She's like, some, a lot of her friends, she has friends that's from Kingston. And,
Yeah.
She's in school. She's 13. So she has a lot of friends that's in Kingston. She was like, well, where did you guys go? I was like, well, we were in Montego Bay. I said, we were just on the tourist side. So I'm like, we
right in
don't.
the hood.
And even then, let me not take away from. Granted, I said all of that, but when I'm talking about my privilege, that
Right.
was years ago, right? Jamaica has become a lot more dangerous, a lot more cold-hearted.
Right.
When I go back, I don't necessarily feel scared, but there's a lot of things happening on the ground that are very dangerous and unfortunate. Like people, especially women, and since it's a platform, stop killing these girls in Jamaica, y'all. Like for what? Like the amount of females and the trafficking and with female bodies just showing up everywhere dead. It's crazy. Like it's an attack on women. It's absolutely crazy. Men are killing our women.
And it's true. And I agree, it's true. And it's terrible. Like how, I mean, as you being a female, how do you feel? Like, are you scared when you travel outside to America now? Like, even though you know you may go back home, do you still feel that same protection nowadays?
No, it is definitely not the same level. Because back then
everybody knew everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody still knew everybody. But back then, I feel like even though you had shooters, you had killers, there was some sense of code.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no code now. Niggas is just for nothing. All the time, every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to blame... Everybody has to be accountable for their own actions. But unfortunately, you know, it's a reflection of our government, our leadership.
I agree.
It's corruption. Like, if you're corrupt at the top, how do you expect these people to act orderly?
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
They're banned. They just put a ban on dancehall. Like, you can't do songs about scamming or drugs or guns. Like, literally. Like, the government is like, no more.
In America?
In Jamaica.
Oh, in Jamaica.
Yeah, and
Really?
it was a big thing. That was like a recent conversation.
Wait,
it was
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. And granted, I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know if it's come into effect, but it was a big conversation. And to my knowledge, it happened. So basically, they're putting a control or like a whole thing on. They're stifling the creativity. Obviously, we know a lot of songs.
What they're trying to do with
songs.
America. Like what they're trying to do right now with
drill
Thug
music right now,
and Gunna with
if you really think about it.
Yeah, with the drill, exactly.
Can I ask you a question? Even with the drill, but like, I want to get to that drill though. But when it's coming down to Young Thug and Gunna, do you really think they got 300 witnesses?
No.
Hell no. I really don't think they got 300 witnesses. I think they trying to scare them.
No,
I honestly
you know
think,
what?
I don't think they got 300.
Fact,
300 witnesses.
It wasn't even witnesses showing up.
I mean,
to the court case.
Let me tell you something. So, do I feel like 300 people volunteered to come out and be like,
I didn't say
Young
that.
Thug and
I
Gunna?
didn't say that.
But do I believe there's a big amount? Absolutely, because I don't know what those puppeteers are doing to
because they're trying to put
influence.
certain things in your face. If they're
and
trying
to use them as an example,
exactly.
They're trying to just use them as an example. We see it time and time again. They're doing it with Kyrie, you know. Shit, they mad at Kanye, so now somebody else black gotta pay. It is
that's terrible.
I'm sorry, I forgive me.
Yo, they took
forgive me.
Listen,
But
I
it
know
just
we
is
ain't
what
supposed
it
to get
is.
into it.
And they mad at Dave Chappelle.
I'm sorry.
I'll be honest with you. Did you watch the Stephen Colbert show when you watched with Jon Stewart? Jon Stewart was on the Stephen Colbert show, and he basically said, well, there's a lot of people that feel, you know, Jewish people run everything. I'm quoting everything this man said right quick. And he said, sorry. No, he said, sorry. He did the, sorry. So when he did that, it's just like, all right, well, he's being real. Like, I mean, like, he's being you know what I mean? He's a comedian, but comedians tell truths in their jokes.
No, absolutely. They'll tell a joke
Dave
before they
Chappelle
tell a lie.
constantly tells truth in their jokes. So if he's saying to me or to the people that were that were trying to go ahead and shame Dave Chappelle about what he said on Saturday Night Live, then what he was saying was basically, okay, yeah, well, it may be a lot of people in, you know, Jewish people inside Hollywood, but, you know, it may not mean that they run everything, but the way he said it was more that
he was saying that there needs to be more of an open dialogue.
And then that you have to understand how African Americans feel about it. And when he said that, I was like, damn. I said, homie, like, he said they feel that, you know, white people stole a whole bunch of things from him, Jewish people may have stole a whole bunch. He said it doesn't matter if it's true or not. And then at that time, I was like, did he just dismiss what he was saying? But it's still like, he still took himself out there. He put himself out there to go ahead and say he's a Jewish guy. He put himself out there to go ahead and say it, and then he took up for our culture.
Yeah, he said that
conversation. You don't normally see that happen. You know, they may go ahead and continuously shit on Dave Chappelle, Kanye, and Kyrie, but you know what I'm saying? How can you go ahead and shit on your own Jewish person? And he said, on top of that, they call me anti-Semitic. What? How did they call a Jewish person anti-Semitic? How's that happen? How's that possible? How can a Jewish person really be anti-Semitic? Because the Jewish, when it comes down to it, it's your religion and your life as well. Like
it's who
you're
are.
living.
You're born
it's
into
a part
that.
of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how's that possible?
I just feel like what we're seeing currently just everywhere is a breakdown of traditional institutions, right?
Yes.
That's what it is. And the people that have always been at the top that put these rules in place and that have control on us, they are scared.
Yeah.
They are scared. And so they will put any label, they will direct all their power on one little person who only a quarter of the world population is really listening to in order to stop. It's like the spreading of a disease in their mind.
Right.
If more people have access to this information, what does that mean for us? We see it with racism.
Is it good or bad for us? Because
Yeah.
whatever we go ahead and say, they go ahead and say it's lies. If we like,
But there's facts to support these lies, though.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's really like, okay, Kyrie.
So hold on. John Stewart said this. He said one thing that I really took away from Kanye was that hurt people hurt people. Now, we know this as black folks. We know this, and we've been living throughout this for years and years and years to come as well. But it's just like, all right, well, hurt people hurt people. That was the first time a white person understood that? Like, I mean, like, or a Jewish person understood that. Like, but all right, I go with him. And then from there, he's like, we've been ripped of our, our riches, really. We've been taken advantage of. Right. And how can you get mad at those people for feeling a certain way without you,
They're not even acknowledging our pain.
Acknowledging anything. He said, like, all right, it may be a sore, whatever it is. He said, when you cleanse that sore, it may burn, it may sting. But in order for you to do it, it's going to have to sting. But you have to go through that process. If you don't go through that process, then we're not doing anything. We're just talking about the same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So when does it comes down to us, our people, sticking together and saying, okay, we're going to go ahead and boycott this, or we're going to go ahead and we spend $3 trillion a year, like. We spend so much money because we don't save. Like other communities, as Kanye said, he's jealous of the Jewish community because there's certain things they can do and there's certain things they can't do. They can't go ahead and just get divorced. You know what I'm saying? He's mad about that, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm just saying that's just one example. But it's so much more that their community, they don't work after certain times. There's certain things they don't do. So it's like, if we were that strong, why wouldn't you be upset about that? Like, I'm not saying I'm jealous about it. I'm just like, I wish we were on that same type of level.
Well, it's intentional, right? Yeah. Like for me personally, I'm not gonna say it is intentional, but for me, I believe that all of that is intentional. There's a reason why financial literacy is just not prevalent in our communities. You know what I mean?
Education.
Right.
And like education, period. Like why it's so much more difficult for us to find access to it or get access to it, or
it's
when
like
we
I'm
hold
forcing
it,
my
we
kids
keep
to
it.
learn about stocks and stuff.
Yeah,
now
exactly. Because now
you don't know who they,
but
you can't leave it to the school to teach them.
But you're the beginning of that
you.
education. You weren't given that education.
Right. I just learned. Like I'm learning.
You're learning
I'm
now.
learning.
Right.
I'm learning in like the 2000s about.
That's a big difference between us. You know. It's,
our parent. Well.
Yeah, they didn't know. They didn't know any better.
Can you be mad at what your parents didn't know?
No.
And what your parents couldn't provide for you? Is it their fault?
No.
They definitely didn't have internet or TikTok, so it definitely ain't their fault.
No, but it's not even
ain't
just
no
that. We
excuse
just don't.
for real.
Right. It's like, go look it up.
Yeah.
We can go ahead and we can build our own society. Like honestly, if we really stuck to a plan, we could build our own society, pay for it by itself, and The problem is sometimes that somebody wants to be better than the other person. And if we don't get out of that mentality that I got to be the best or I got to be better than this person,
or let me hold this and not let you be a part of this or know about this.
Right.
That mentality will leave us with nothing.
Exactly. So why go ahead and hold back? You know what I'm saying? When we can go ahead and bring more together and build. It's the way it's the way we're taught.
It's
It's
ingrained generation from generation. Like, all right, I don't know if you realize my grandparents, a lot of people's grandparents, you realize their houses are just full of shit, like all type of stuff, and you can't understand why.
Right.
It's because they weren't given much, and they didn't know what was going to happen the next day, so they hold on to everything because they don't know where they need to have these things,
right?
Because this is all they got. And that was just passed down and passed down. Maybe my grandma don't even know why, but that's where it come from. So I say that to say these things are ingrained and embedded in us. You know what I'm saying? And like you're doing with your daughter and whatever, like we have more access to information now. So obviously we're trying to make different changes. Communities like obviously are trying to come together, bridge some gaps. I really feel though, like even with the Kanye thing, right? And I love Kanye. He don't always. He's a horrible. His delivery be horrible,
he goes
right?
sideways a lot of times.
And I'm gonna be careful saying this, but
Kanye does go sideways a lot of times. But we know Kanye's. Sometimes he doesn't mean certain things he say, but he should be more aware.
I think it's hard for him to express himself on certain
exactly.
things.
He can't express himself articulate.
But for me, I feel like the way he's saying it is how we need to hear it because it starts the conversations, right? That's me personally,
right?
I feel like all he's trying to ask of us as Black people is to hold ourselves accountable, right? Yeah. Because nothing is going to change until we do that. No true healing. We can blame and be the victim and blame and be the victim and blame and be the victim, but it's like, why are we the victim?
Right.
Do you not have control? You know what I'm saying? Granted, institutions are in place.
I agree.
Things are in place, but when we come down to the everyday struggle, in our reality that we are creating for ourselves, are we truly holding ourselves accountable? No.
We aren't.
We aren't.
We are not.
And that's all Kanye is trying to, he's just trying to be like, y'all. Like, even when he said that outlandish statement,
whatever's going on, whatever's going on in your life, and then, damn it. But you may go to the social media and then it may make you feel better because something worse is going on in Kanye life and Kim Kardashian. I mean, that's just how society is now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of social media, but it's what we have to use now to make sure we're doing our own promotions and everything like that. And it's with the algorithm, you cannot keep track of anything. Like, you cannot set a goal and really
on Instagram.
You can't Instagram. Definitely.
You don't have those issues on TikTok.
I don't know about that yet, but I know that they change up algorithms so often. Yeah. So what they're doing is they're allowing the computer to go ahead and create its own algorithm with nobody controlling it. So creating its own algorithm. Keep on creating their own algorithm. And then when it got to a point that people got really pissed off, like, why am I not seeing my friends? Why am I not? Because the algorithm did it, you dummy. You know what I'm saying? So then they try to kind of backdate some things.
All you see is sponsored content.
That's it.
Yeah. 99 times.
And that's where it was going in the first place. Same way with Facebook. But they
everybody
started
wants to monetize.
I mean, that's what it's
everything.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, you get your medium going. You sell that shit to ads and to whatever.
Yeah. But what they need to reevaluate is that cool, monetization is always a goal. You know, obviously if you're scaling your business. Right. However, the same creators that are doing the sponsored ads and putting money into all of these things, you cannot piss them off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to figure that out. Because even for us as a company, honestly, we get frustrated very often because it's like, all right, when we figure it out, they've changed it.
Yeah.
And then we got to go back. And it's like they want us to live on there in this metaverse, this whatever this is.
And that's exactly what they want.
And I know y'all feel it.
I love that metaverse. I ain't gonna lie.
No, like...
but that...
I want to play this song real quick because we did the Amaretta. I don't want people to forget. Like we got it kind of little, you know what I'm saying, off tune. But I love
anniversary.
everything we're talking about. I love everything we're talking about.
You play Amaretta. You want to play Just B?
I'm about to play this Just B real quick, featuring Mike Jones. Now y'all heard the beat. Y'all tell me which song y'all feel is the better one. All right, was it Amaretta talking about everybody's where they was born at, or this? Let me see. But I cannot let with your broke on my business. Oh wait, man, she's still rapping. She don't want to quit. All right, so.
Oh yeah, shout out to Ross Sticky. All right, Trap House Sundays, and shout out to Elizabeth Rena.
It's attendance, you know, because I am setting up for that. And I say it how I want to say it. Yeah?
Shout out to Just B.
King speaks however he
featuring Mike Jones.
Soldier. Watch how I move, watch how I dance, walking like Conor McGregor, swinging my hands. Watch how I move, watch how I dance, walking like Conor McGregor. 3, 2, 1. You know you can't do it like this. Spent 50K up on my wrist. New Hellcat V to a kid. Blow 15 quick, that's a brick. Came up real quick like a lick. Came from the dirt, now I'm rich. That boy, but I take your bitch. Johnny Dane. Diamonds wash away the pain. I'm candy dripping with the pain. I'm doing things niggas can't. I make deposits, no bank. I see my fans and they faint. Big boy trucks like a tank. I'm moving up in the ranks. Watch how I move. Watch how I dance. Walking like Conor McGregor, swinging my hands. Watch how I move, watch how I dance. Walking like Conor McGregor.
Hey, Jeff B, let me get watch how I move, watch how I dance. Every day running through bands. I feel like money made yeah with the hands. I feel like no one can do like I can. Undefeated with the drip. Don't try me, you a slip. BB Simon Bell on me. I guess that's why your hoe on me. Who? Mike Jones. One and only, can't clone me. If it's fuck shit, if it's food gazing like a toupee, you gon' see it on me. $100 bills all over here, so you never see a nigga lonely. $100 bills all over here, so you never see a nigga lonely.
Watch how I move, watch how I dance. Walking like Conor McGregor, swinging my hands. Watch how I move, watch how I dance. Walking like Conor McGregor, swinging my hands. Watch how I move, watch how I dance. Watch how I move, watch how I dance.
I gotta wrap this up by 8 o'clock.
What time is it?
It's
7:45.
It's all good. It's good conversation. I just gotta.
Oh man, great.
Outside us looking in like why we together, and we just looking out like shit'll get better. Navigating through the storm till we see better weather, but wondering why they weren't by us anyway. We done came too far for us to stop now. Better off moving forward than ever to turn round. Build a house out of bricks and never will blow down. Blow down. Yeah. We're dangerously in love when I'm mad at you. But when the door open, I'm glad it's you. You get on my damn nerves, but I value you. Wondering why they weren't about us anyway. Won't stop, and we won't quit. Better get back on your A game. You want some bullshit? You gon' make me leave your ass and get on my bullshit. Yeah, I'm talking all this trash, but deep down, know I'm still in love with you anyway. Yeah. And I know it get hard sometimes. We fuss, we fight. Yeah. I love being in the dark sometimes, in need of light. Yeah. You said you'll always ride for me, even do the time for me, babe. Yeah. You said you never lied to me, but you fucking lied to me, babe. We won't stop and we won't quit. Better get back on your A game. You want some bullshit? You gon' make me leave your ass and get on my bullshit. Yeah, I'm talking all this trash, but deep down, know I'm still in love with you. You said you'll always ride for me, yeah. You said you never lied to me, and yeah, you did, and everything changed. I'm so high off your love that I'm taking this pain. Where my heart is, in all this, cause you won't admit you wrong, always playing defense. Is it somebody else's like you playing defense? And I said all that just to say that I'm still in love with you anyway. You said you'll always ride for me, even do the time for me, babe. You said you never lied to me, but you fucking lied to me, babe. We won't stop and we won't quit. Better get back on your A game. You want some bullshit? You gon' make me leave your ass and get on my bullshit. Yeah, I'm talking all this trash, but deep down, know I'm still in love with you anyway. And I know it get hard for us to fight. I love being in the dark, the need of light.
Yeah! I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Miami, son. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Miami right now.
Wait a minute, you from Buffalo?
Yeah.
You can't tell?
Yeah, son. I'm Buffalo right now.
Shout out. Buffalo got a special place in my heart, yo. When I came here, Buffalo took mad care of me. Like, I spent summers out there when I couldn't afford to go back home. I would stay in Buffalo.
How's the food in Buffalo? Can we get the
mom and pop stuff be hitting? The pizza. They used to have a spot. God damn. They used to have the little sauce.
How's the Buffalo wings?
Oh no, you had
in
another
Buffalo.
spot.
Is there a difference?
Actually, it is.
Is there a difference in the Buffalo wings?
I feel like it is because
the pizza's different.
Yeah, everything's different. The water's different.
Everything.
I mean, it's a lot of people that try to imitate like Buffalo wings, especially down here, and they using Tabasco sauce. It's Frank's Red Hot and butter. Like,
wait a minute. These are specifics. Hold up. I need these notes right now. Hold up.
You need Frank's Red Hot sauce that you can go ahead and get from Walmart.
Okay.
And you need some butter, nigga. You need a couple.
Just those two.
You know, that's it.
You ever been to Buffalo, Ray?
Hell no.
I've been looking for an
I'm asking about the wings.
We taking them, son. We taking them. Yo, son, you come to Buffalo with us.
Let's go.
Son.
Hey,
going.
and we shooting it.
Nah.
There we go.
Let's go.
Shout out.
There we go.
Shout out Keon, Benji, rest in peace. That's what brought me to Buffalo. And Mikhail. No, for real. I used to be hot on Chippewa, okay? Don't play with me now.
I know Keon.
What?
Benji.
No, Benji died. Like when I was in Keon?
She been down here since like 2000.
I moved down here 2004.
That is
like
crazy.
2004
I know
she
too
moved
much
down.
people, Ray. You can ask Ray. I go everywhere. And it's like, it's just too much connections. That's crazy.
See, yo, how does pretty girls like Red? I gotta ask you this. I mean, Ray, I gotta ask you this. I'm calling you Red right now because you know that's what they call us. And you know what I mean? You know how I get, son. But when it comes down to it, bro, they get mad at us light-skinned brothers being out there. You know what I'm saying? And they like, you know what I'm saying? They wonder why this light-skinned brother out here is like, is he with the police or is he doing production? What is he doing? All right.
I cannot.
You with production, right? So why you with production? You know what I mean? People be looking at us a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we handsome brothers. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at a handsome brother. You know what I mean? So we gotta respect ourselves first.
Of course.
You know what I'm
Starts
saying?
there.
So beyond all that, I forgot what the hell I was talking about because I got too damn handsome.
What's it like working with a beautiful woman? Is that what you were saying?
Thank you. Working with a beautiful young lady that can go ahead and hold it down, you know what I'm saying? But not only just hold it down, that people, sometimes they can go ahead and be more attractive to her, not about her, you know, how pretty she is, but attracted to her ability to go ahead and make things happen. So, like, does that kind of throw you out of your, oh, look at her. She's like, oh, wait a minute, what?
What? It shouldn't affect anything because we are professionals.
Clarifying everything. All right, no,
Let
real
me clear
talk.
that up.
Let's get it. Let's get that
I don't
to
know
it
what
like a
you
man. Like a
asking
man
it.
do. So real talk, like, so if really gonna get down to it, sometimes pretty ladies go ahead and get the job before, you know what I'm saying, has a brother.
Better
man.
question.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just saying, we have to clear that up.
I was going.
I don't know.
I was going over here crazy. Anyway, so. But if a, you know what I'm saying, if we can go, I mean, if the woman go ahead and get a job before us, because she can go ahead and create better relationships quicker. That's kind of how it happens. Like they can go ahead and see a pretty girl, and she's like, all right, well, yeah, I know producers, I know rappers, I know girls, and when they say girls, they're like, word? How many girls you know? You know what I'm saying? And then they're like, all right, well, yeah, I can bring my girls to the show, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they create relationships. When a guy goes ahead and say, yo, I can go ahead and shoot your video. He's like, all right, where the bitches at?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's you know what I mean, somewhere of a
certain
difference.
degree of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's times where, you know, having a pretty young lady compliments the deal. And then there's times where, you know, where a man got to close the deal.
I was gonna say that too.
But I've had situations. I will refrain from listing any.
You don't have to.
Any names here, but we had a situation actually one time where the artist was, you know, on some like, hey man, you know, we're Grammy nominated and we this and this and that, and they're talking to Bri, right? And I was like, okay, that's cool. I get on the line and talk to him, and I'm talking to him about that business. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. We're going to talk about this business first, and we're going to handle that the way it needs to be handled.
It's a different story, right?
It's a different story. Tell me why. Tell me why after this conversation with he no longer wanted to have conversations with me. He wanted to deal with Bri. Now, in this situation, we let Bri rock it out, and we closed that deal. We did that job, and we moved on. But that's a perfect example of, you know, sometimes the woman does compliment the deal, and you know what? I'm not going to be the person that's going to miss out because of my ego or because
but that's what a lot of people get kind of they get thrown off at, that their ego gets involved, you know what I'm saying? And then by their ego getting involved, like, yo,
you ruined
it. So we ain't doing it at all then.
It's ruined. It's ruined like that. And it could have easily went that way. I'm not gonna pretend like shit couldn't have went that way, because I was probably about there with it. But you know, in the bigger scheme of things though, you know, me moving as a business owner, you know, having her next to me is definitely a compliment. And there's times that, you know, she's working and she's doing her own shit that has nothing to do with me even being around. And that's a magic. People receive her well, you know, she's able to communicate, make people feel comfortable. And those things are priceless for me as a company owner, you know?
Definitely, bro. Like, and you have to go ahead and take those type of things at advantage, because, bro, unfortunately, when it comes down to business, man, you never know what's going to be thrown at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So sometimes you need a young lady to go ahead and take care of that, and sometimes you need a man to go ahead and
absolutely.
shut it
There's
down.
times I've needed him to be like, I need you. Yeah, because, you know, sometimes
he got to shut certain things down.
Yeah, you got to shut certain things down, because, you know, sometimes no matter how professional you are, just because, again, I am kind and approachable, it's taken otherwise, and I'm not on that, and it makes me uncomfortable, and you'll state your case, and then they'll kind of like still not take it seriously. It's like, all right, Ray, this was going down. We ain't gonna miss his bag though, so we gotta fix this dynamic. And, you know, sometimes people will say no to me, but yes to him too. So even him being, you know, it's just a great team. It's a great team.
That's great. So, Dream Driven, how long have you guys created Dream Driven?
Well, Dream Driven is actually something I created at the end of my college time. So, you know, around 2000.
What school you go through?
I graduated from Full Sail University. Went there, got the music business bachelor's, right? So in that same music business bachelor's is where I created the business plan for Dream Driven. And you know, since 2008, it's just been something I've been trying to really, really bring to life. You know, in 2010, I had a warehouse where I really was fresh out of school, and I tried to give it a run, but I had no real industry experience just yet.
Well, my question is how important it is, like, for someone like you, when you come out of school, you have all the knowledge that you're supposed to learn inside school. I mean, do you get real world knowledge? But how important it is for you to go ahead and get that knowledge and make it progressive, like make sure it turns into something.
Super.
Is it hard though? Like, cause
Oh, man,
sometimes
it's-
people don't want to take a degree.
Right.
Some people yo, you work with who? You work with Timberland. You work with this person. You work with that person. This person, and they're like, all right, well, yeah, you can work with me. Sometimes you need big names behind you before you can go ahead and step inside the door.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because that's the reality of the situation. Even had been a kid fresh out of college, in 12th grade, I already owned a studio with two other kids. I was already engineering, but to come out of school, feeling like I knew it all. Now I knew more. I knew what to do. And I had the diploma to show it. That didn't buy me my way into a job. That didn't buy me my way into any freaking doors at all, actually, because the same question would come about what you just said. Like, who did you work with? What have you done? Yeah. These would be the realities that I'm not going to sugarcoat. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of education, it's going to boil down to what you've done and what you're doing.
You go to school for 20 years, son.
Okay.
Absolutely.
For music production.
Absolutely.
Does not mean you're the best.
No, not at all.
Does not mean you have the same connections that anybody else can go ahead and create. Not anybody else can create, because when you create connections inside this industry, I think sometimes they're some of the connections you create is like they'll last forever. Some will last for a day. Some you will never see again. But it's important about the ones you do make and that actually do last.
Yeah.
Because you never, like, for example, be real with you, DJ EFN, you know what I'm saying? Him and Nori has the biggest, you know what I'm saying, Drink Champs,
Good,
you know what I'm saying,
platform.
biggest pop.
Great platform. Yeah.
Like,
I've
I
worked
give it up
with
to
them.
him.
Shout out to them.
Bruh, like, when I first started this show, it was a podcast, and now it's a radio show. But I make sure I got to go ahead and separate that.
Clear that.
Yeah. But when we first started off, it was like 2017, right? My first interview was with Larry Dog, right?
Larry Dog. And second one was Sinbad.
The second one was Sinbad. You know what I'm saying? And then we had LaBelle Crawford. We had Brad Williams. We had a whole bunch of different. But again, you have to put yourself in that area, in that environment. Absolutely. Niggas ain't coming to you. Ain't nobody just gonna go ahead and come to you.
No, at the end of the day, the person that wins in this industry is the ones that's out there putting in the work and the ones that's making sure they're in the places to be. Exactly. Those are the people that are going to win. It's not about how smart you are. It's not even about how rich you are. It's about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Relationships.
And those relationships go way far. Relationships go way far and can reduce prices if you have them. You know what I'm saying? If you have a relationship, it can reduce some things and it can help you out as opposed to being against you, which is probably what people feel like, but it doesn't have to be like that. You know what I'm saying? The people who winning though are the ones that are putting in the work. You know, you don't have to have a degree to learn from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Even with a degree, funny story, fun fact, my engineering history, I got better as an engineer when I started working here at Strongarm. You know, Freezy and Flo flew in a engineer named JP, I'm sorry. Shout out to JP from Atlantic. And sitting in those sessions with him, those were significant to me and still things that I use to this day. You know what I'm saying? And I had been to school. I had owned the studio. I had done this, done that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't about that shit. It was about, you know, who I was around and what I was being influenced by and what I was really exposed to be trained to do right. Right. You know what I'm saying? That was more priceless than my degree. You get what I'm saying? And I've met people in the field.
That's what really makes, like, some people think they can go ahead and they can run to a school and just get that education.
I wish it was that easy because I would have been that guy. When I got out, I was so I was so cocky.
It's
Like
fly,
I know this
though.
shit.
You know this shit.
I know this
I
shit.
know all this.
I know all of this. Like y'all don't know more than me. I know this. But that didn't
Change anything.
That didn't change the narrative for me. When I got out into the real world, you know, like I had to really go work. I had to really go hit them streets, really go put in that time with those people and get that respect. And here we are.
And, you know, I can comment on that.
My nigga.
Like, even for me, like, you know, everybody, like I said, all my friends will be like, oh, this is perfect for you being in the entertainment industry. I didn't really have that vision for myself, right? But growing up, I did music. I did the music theory. I sang. I danced. I did theater. I produced shows. But, you know, I didn't really look at it that way at the time, right? As a producer. And it wasn't until Kent being in studio sessions and sitting in on meetings. So much respect to that, just even rapport and relationship at the time. That's if that didn't happen, if I didn't have that relationship,
Look, I mean,
it wouldn't.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't want to get in depth or anything like
No,
that.
you
but
good.
I just want
That
to,
Henny
I just want
is,
to understand.
you
She say that
He's wild. Anyway, what I'm saying is this. I'm just saying that when you were inside these meetings, what were you learning inside these meetings that you may have not learned? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you had the opportunity to be inside these meetings, so what did you get the opportunity to learn? And
from meetings to phone calls to FaceTimes to interviews, like, I literally saw the rise of a star where everybody saw that it was overnight. I saw the nothing to everything. I saw the process. I saw the everything nobody else gets to see. I was privy to those things on a personal level. And it's given me an advantage, you know, and I appreciate that because it kind of redirected me because it kind of played on my natural abilities.
Right.
And now it gave me some expertise because, like, you can't tell me shit. I heard Khaled did it like this, okay? Cool and Dre did it like this. Kent did it like this. Like, I really know how to do this. So even when we kind of parted ways and I was embarking in management, you know, you say that nobody was coming to you. Everybody was coming to me because I can't. And I appreciated that. Because now it's like, it wasn't like they was just coming to me and I didn't know shit. I actually knew shit now.
Yeah,
because I was paying. I studied no, listen, when that man told me what he had going on, the first, I didn't have shit, okay? And I went to the library and I said, all right, if I'm a deal with this person, I need to be invested. And I got every music business book there was, okay? And I had my baby and I was reading, okay? I was in the trenches. I was like, we gonna do this shit. So when it happened, and he had like the big, there would be no TikTok or dance challenges without Don't Mind. I don't give a fuck.
I know. It wouldn't.
Nobody will say that, but I'ma say it. Don't Mind was like the first international dance challenge when you think about it.
And to be
it's crazy.
You've been such like a great candidate, I would say, for everybody that hears this music, because when you go ahead and say it's good music.
No, it's
good music. Good. Whatever, like you haven't sit there and really directed any artist that has some crappy ass music.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So you ain't.
So he sharpened my ear. I've always had a natural ear, but he pointed that out to me, you know. Yeah. And then just being around musicians and all these, you know, you could be at the little studios around Potential, and you could be around the Jay-Z's and the Beyonces and the Migos, and it's like there's
a certain level.
It's a level, and your ear is sharp. Like my ear is sharp. I know a hit, okay, and even creatively, like it just did something for me, and it's definitely helped me to get to where I am today, for sure. It's an important part of my journey. So
see, that's dope. Like, I love the fact that you've grown from who you were and then just took your own business and you guys created something together, and then I don't know what's gonna happen for y'all in the future because I know y'all about to do some great things,
Man.
and I look forward to
More
I'm
shows,
happy.
movies.
I'm happy. I'm having one of these first interviews.
No, we gotta put you in one. We gotta put y'all in something.
You know what, man?
We gonna throw you in something.
Legitimately our first interview, man.
Yeah,
well,
as a company, as a company for sure.
Yeah, I'm happy to have that with y'all right
Appreciate
now.
that. We're happy to be here, man.
Because I love, like, sometimes people don't get the opportunity to go ahead and have these interviews and do this stuff. It's like now documenting that right now in 5 to 10 years, what y'all gonna go ahead and be, bro. Like, it's gonna be something totally different. I already believe in y'all. Right. You know what I'm saying? I believe in y'all. Like, I saw how she moved on the, you know what I'm saying, on the set. And then I saw how, like, she was cleaning up face. She was making sure everything was proper. Like, she was on point. Like, I got pictures. She was just like,
you gotta send them.
Was right.
You send my pictures.
Like, she was dope. Like, real talk, she was so dope. Like, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, on top of that, you know, y'all production, everything y'all put with it is so awesome. And I want to see more of that come from you guys.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, us doing this first interview with you guys.
No, this is a moment.
For sure.
It's a moment.
Is. And I love, like that's what I want to create with Behind Backstage. Like, because it's going to be a lot of people that people don't know about right now.
Right.
But in a few years, they're like,
might.
damn. That motherfucker was right there on Behind Backstage first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And we'll be back.
I'm not letting everybody on the
Grammys
show.
in
You
hand,
feel me?
Emmys
You understand
in
what I'm saying?
hand.
Like, not everybody can go ahead and be on the show. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, my main thing in the beginning with Behind Backstage was to make sure that we were, you know what I'm saying, bringing flowers to artists and things like that. And to be honest with you, 100% that not every damn artist want to go ahead and be interviewed. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have certain status, they're not going to go ahead and come on your platform.
Right.
So when I start getting the Sinbads and the Rockwilders, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have Rockwilder on here for 3.5 hours
Big deal,
straight.
big deal.
You know what I'm saying?
deal.
Like, we was on a Zoom, nigga, like for 3.5 hours straight.
Hell no.
You know what
Y'all
I'm saying?
didn't have that free Zoom, huh?
Like, yeah, I paid for that one. Yeah.
You paid
but
for
I'm
that
saying,
one.
though, but the whole thing was like, we had them on 3.5, like,
You had
the
that
whole thing
moment
is that
with
you
them.
had, you know what I'm saying, you get a grade, you know what I'm saying, and then you get other people that's worked with the grades, and then even like right now, we had recently, not too far long ago, we had an interview with the cast of Conflicted, and you guys may not even know the movie Conflicted, right?
Right.
That's a Griselda Films movie.
Yeah.
I do know.
Okay.
Conway
Right.
was on the show the other day, and he remembered me from back in the day. That's
Who?
crazy. Conway the Machine.
Conway.
Yeah, that's listen.
Right. So, like, check this out. So when it comes down to like Griselda, so everybody from Buffalo, they know Griselda.
Mm-hmm.
But we in Miami. Not everybody in Miami know Griselda, but Griselda definitely. I want to make sure I give a shout out to Griselda because they
Shout
definitely
out
got a
Griselda.
whole.
Shout
They got
out.
They got a whole daggone joint down in
Yeah, they
Miami.
got a mural in
They got a whole
Wynwood.
mural in Miami. Shout out to them, man. I'm so, you know what I'm
Such
saying? I'm
a
so happy
humble
to see the
people.
city. No, like,
Buffalo don't get
sometimes
put on. It's
they
always
never
New
get
York
put on.
upstate don't get put on. And
they
listen,
never get put on.
you know who is my boy? Jay Skis. Jay Skis is now part of that Griselda camp.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, Jay Skis for years, back on Twitter when I was heavy on Twitter, I would be like, yo, Jay, you gotta make it. So now when I see them boys really making it, it's like, yo, that's how I said Buffalo got a piece of my heart. I can't even lie.
You got to.
No, it's
one
dope
thing
to
is
see the
that-
city get put on.
One thing, like, I ain't gonna lie, from being from the city, is just like, bro, like, being in the industry and being around so much music from the Jay-Z stuff, everybody here, and then you hear the music and you're like, bro, ain't no way in hell Buffalo music gonna make it. Ain't nowhere. And then these niggas make it.
They
like honestly, like, cause when it comes down to it, people did not respect anything from Buffalo. They're like the new Wu-Tang.
Yep.
They're like the new Wu-Tang. Like, I give it to Griselda, man. Shout out to Griselda, man. Shout out to what's my man, City Boy. Shout out to City Boy, man. Shout out to Benny the Butcher, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. I love y'all, man, cause nigga, if it wasn't for the city, bro, I mean, I'm happy y'all doing it in the city, man. That's just what it is.
Nah, it's dope to see.
I'm getting excited right now, y'all.
As you
Shout out
should.
to all the people doing good things out here, man.
You might just have an eye for things. You might be interviewing all the greats before they great now.
You might have an eye.
But what I'm telling you right now, make sure when y'all leave from here tonight, anybody that's watching, even if it's YouTube, I would say go to Amazon Prime and watch the video, because it's going to be that real, 4K or 1080p that you want to see, versus you watching something on YouTube but it's on YouTube. So, but real talk, check out Conflicted, and they got Conflicted 2 coming out very soon, man. And man, I want to be in Conflicted 2. I'm going to be in Conflicted 2. They
may have to make that dream driven call for
Here we go.
They ain't finished yet.
Let's do it.
But I love the fam, though. Shout out to A.K. Reed, man. Shout out to Deuce King, man, the writer and everything, man. A.K. Reed being the director, man. I love all y'all keep it up, man.
Shout out to the production doing great things out there, man.
Yo, I'm gonna show y'all after I'm gonna put this joint on. I'm gonna put this song on real quick, and I'm gonna put on I'm gonna put on something else. I'm gonna put on this. I'm gonna put on some.
Life is amazing, man. We living a dream, man. This that good hit time music. Something to put you in the mood. Something to get you in the vibe. Hey, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine. I got my life together, know it took some time. And we on our way, how we living every day. It's like we living in a movie, and I can watch this all day. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine. On the beach, feel the ocean breeze. Belgian waffle, orange juice, talking fresh squeeze. What we putting in the air, know it's lime green. And when you see me, know I'm repping for the home team. Ballin', Spalding, shining like Zion in New Orleans. Hot girls, city girls, tell me how you want it. Duck boy, trap boy, they gon' throw that money. All in the club, and you know how we stun. Bottle after bottle, you can tell them keep it coming. Know we just getting started, we ain't even running. After party, day party, know we get it jumping. Everybody in the building know we on something. The vibe that we on, y'all know that it's on. I'm all in my zone. And I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine. I got my life together, know it took some time. And we on our way, how we living every day. It's like we living in a movie, and I can watch this all day.
We feeling good, man. I promise you this, man, on everything, though. We feeling good. I want to make sure I give a shout out to the one and only Bri Hanson, man. Like, Bri came into the building, man, and she brought a lot of love and energy. I mean, when I say energy, she brought a lot of energy to the building. Oh,
got my mic on.
There you go.
Come on, you missed the bit.
There you go.
Nah, I was just saying that's just that dream driven energy, period.
All right. So dream driven energy is what you about.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I appreciate you coming through today, young lady. Can you please make sure you give everybody your Instagram, your everything for them to follow, because y'all about to do big things.
Oh no, we doing big things.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
I'm just saying. No. If we gonna do an outro, we gonna do an outro, okay? 2 movies coming out next year that we were part of. Obviously, check me out every week, all week long. Bitch, I got my parts. We got another show coming up in the works, and we're in pre-production for it's Cameron. I don't know if we could say it too much, but it's
talk about it.
But
we've been doing some stuff with their artist Cameron. Y'all might remember the Dipset gang. Yeah, he got a little something.
No, I brought you down because we was doing all this.
Oh damn! They just on me. No,
yeah,
but
the
no.
men took over real quick.
Oh, that's all good. We the real bosses though. Nah, but for real, we got a lot of things in the works. A lot of things being released. Continue to follow me on Instagram, pretty much everywhere at Phoenix Rain. And y'all gotta listen. PHNXRGN Phoenix Rain. And of course, follow us, Official Dream Driven, on Instagram, and on Twitter it is
Dream Driven.
Yeah. Dream driven everywhere.
Yeah, dream driven
okay?
everything, y'all. Dream
Pretty
driven
much.
everything. If y'all see that blue, y'all see that dream driven. That's a
Sure, you see him, you see me, you see dream driven. You know
Dream
you're in the
driven
right
lifestyle.
place. Dream driven casting.
Can I ask one question before we kind of get out of here? Is what's holding us back for all of us to go ahead, as in, you know what I'm saying, not just black people, but just us to go ahead and work together to make sure that we're bringing things to light that needs to be seen?
Come together to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Fear.
Okay.
Period. It's either fear that the person that you trying to collaborate with is going to shine more than you, or fear that it won't be successful. For me, it's fear. Fear is the bottom line. The reason why shit just never shake. That's for me personally, Ray.
That makes real.
yeah.
You like,
Ray, like, damn, she just cleared it up right there.
I agree with what Bree said. And also, let me make sure I heard the question correct. Say that one more time.
I ain't gonna lie.
What's keeping us? What's keeping us? So yeah, she answered well. I agree with that. And the second thing I would say is just a standard platform for us all to say, hey, this is what it is, and this is what we're fighting for, and this is what we believe in, and this is what we're moving forward with. Anybody that's a part of this shit, be on this.
So
Can
we do that though? Like, can we go ahead and take a whole Miami society to go ahead and start like, all right, we're rocking this way, and this is what it is when we're rocking with this station, or not even a station, but just with these folks.
That specific movement. Yeah, y'all want to just make sure y'all jump on the dream driven wagon, and be in store. Everything dream driven, because if y'all got dreams and y'all driven, then we here. Like, let's take over the freaking world, and let that be the platform, because there's artists, there's people of all kind of things. We need to be on one wave, which is a loving and positive motion.
Those
are the things that are going to push us to the next level as humans, not as racists, as humans. So, hey, if we looking for that platform, man, y'all invest into that dream driven, baby.
You know, we already got the network coming, man. Even though y'all don't even know yet, man. Behind Backstage Network coming, man. You already know. Gang, Backstage. We already got. You know what I'm saying? They already got their show coming soon. Even though y'all don't know it yet, they got their show coming soon. You know what I'm saying? The Behind Backstage Network. But we ain't getting into all that just yet, because they got a lot of information that y'all truly need. And I promise you, man, when it comes down to it, you really need the information, because there's a lot of false information, false prophets out here.
Yeah.
Everything you want to consider is out here.
Talk to us. We willing to talk at officialdreamdriven.com.
Tell them, son.
That's it.
All right, so, yo, before we get out of here, like I said, I want to put this damn song on. Did they hear the
yeah, they heard it. DJ, she got it.
All right. So we out of here, son.
We out of here. Thank you guys so much for having us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Everybody coming through.
I cannot.
The family's great. You know what I'm saying?
So. Stay getting me in trouble, yo.
Yeah. But that's what happens, man. Strongarm Radio Behind Backstage.
Strongarm. Shout out to Freezy.
Shout out to Freezy. Shout out to Flo. Shout out to everybody out there, man. You're like, I gotta go, but you know what I'm saying?
Hit-Town Records and Playmakers Management present Smiley with a new EP, Free Utopia, featuring new singles, All on the Floor.
You know what's going down. I said we all on the floor. I pull up on the scene feeling like the great.
Going Up.
We gon' party tonight just like we should. And we going up.
The Good Vibes Remix, featuring Mike Smith and YD. Smiley, Free Utopia out now. Available on all platforms. Hit-Town Records and Playmakers Management present Smiley with
I'm running through this money. I'm thumbing through these honey. I'm on it cause I want it. I can feel it coming. I'm only being honest. Try to play that chopper, hold a honey. I'm running through this money. Thumbing through these honey. I'm on it cause I want it. I can feel it coming. I'm only being honest. Try to play that chopper, hold a honey. I can feel it coming. Been on the hunt for that money. Honey's on honey's on honey's. I'ma get it cause I want it. I want it. I'm talking money, money, money. Gotta grind and shine, so nigga, I'm on it. Hustle man suit, my dick is in Jordans. Couple homies with me, we grind to the morning. Yeah, we made it out them dog days. Every time I hit a play, make sure my dog ate. Yeah, now we book way out on Broadway. My homie rubbernecking with that small kid. Yeah, straight out the trenches, we stuck to that business. You know it's big love to that hallway.